Hi everyone, this is Mathieu Kadar, and I'm the ghost face in the opening scene in Scream 6. And yes, I'm the one who kills Samara Weaving, and you're watching Craven Something Scary.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, visitors, subscribers, patrons, and of course, my Cravenites channel members as well. Welcome, all of you, to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Well, guys, tonight we're going to have a great time. We're just going to chill, man. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk Scream 7. We're going to talk theories, thoughts, anything that comes to mind about Scream 7 is on the table. And you really anything in the Scream franchise, honestly, if you want to bring it up tonight, it could be talked about as well. So it's kind of an open floor, open forum all the way for Scream Talk tonight. It's going to be great. And I do have some guests that are going to be joining me in just a moment to make it even more fun. So it's going to be such a good time. Now, I do want to mention to everyone a real quick hello, a blanket hello to everyone in the chat. And it's so good to see all of you here. It really is. And I appreciate you being here tonight. I know we've got Paula's here and Russell and RJ, Destination Station in the house. Johnny Keene, John Best. What's up, John? Good to see you, man. Really is. Glad you can make it. Always. It's always nice to have you. Super Tenor. What's up, Super Tenor? Stella G in the house tonight. All right, Stella. Great. Love it. Who else we got? We got Kimberly. Kimberly Sashi. Welcome. Not familiar with you in the chat before, so welcome. All right. We got Jeff Hill. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you, brother. Sarah is here. Hey, Sarah. And also, Sarah will be moderating the chat. So let me just say thank you to Sarah and any other my mods that are coming in, maybe Julie, whoever makes it tonight. But Sarah's here helping this chat become and stay rather what it is supposed to be, which is friendly, respectful, and most of all, fun community time. So, Sarah, thank you. You're amazing. Everyone, please tell Sarah how much you appreciate her in the chat and let her know how much you love the work that she does here for the channel. And she does an amazing job, as do all the mods. Seriously, you guys are awesome. All right. You know, I love you guys. Gene is here as well. What's up, Gene? All right. Let me see. I'm catching up here. Matthew is here. Hey, Matthew says, I finally caught one live. Let's go. Hey, all right. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, Matthew. I'm glad you could make it tonight. Ryan is here. Oliver is here as well. So cool to see you guys. DJ. All right. DJ's here. Crank it up. Crank it up, DJ. All right, guys. Is that everybody? Hey, Caden is here. What is up, Caden? Good to see you, man. Fantastic. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else? I think that's everybody. Just making sure. Yep, and Julie. Hey, Julie is here as well. So also please give a shout out to Julie for helping to be here tonight to moderate. She's an amazing friend too, and does such a great job in the community. And I know you all love her, but please give Julie a shout out too and tell her thanks. Because listen, when I'm going to do a live stream, you guys don't realize how insane it can be when it really is when you're behind the camera here and working slides and a guest and videos clips and all this other stuff. It can get really difficult to be watching the chat constantly. No lie, it just is. But Sarah and Julie, you guys are here and you guys do an amazing job and really help catch things a lot quicker than I get to it, like things that shouldn't be here. So amazing job. Would not be the same without them. All right. And Katie's here. What's up, Katie from Popping the Popcorn? Glad to see you. And listen, my prayers are still with you, Katie, and they will remain with you. And so you just, I hope you're doing well. And just keep hanging in there, okay? Glad you're here. Okay. Last thing, guys. We are caught up in the chat as far as being. Oh, wait a second. I just saw Polar is here. Polar, what is up? It's always good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing good. Okay. All right. It's everybody that I see in the chat. And Jason Dyer. What is up, Jason Dyer? Also here, in case I didn't mention it earlier. Jason, so good to see you, bro. Man, you're one of the OG subscribers of the channel. Just so you know, I mean, so others will know that maybe you're newer. Jason Dyer goes way back to the beginnings of the channel. All right. And Kevin's here also. Hey, Kevin. Cool. All right. So listen, guys, tonight we're going to be doing some Scream 7 talk. And guess what? I decided that with my guests here, we're gonna stream till about 8 o'clock, for about another hour. For about an hour, I should say, from now till 8. But I thought it would be fun to do an instant super chat reward challenge. So if you guys would like to extend tonight's stream, I'm going to set the goal. I'm going to activate it right now. Instead of having to wait, you can get an extra 1 whole hour tonight on the stream with my guests. We will go. I've already talked to them about it. They're cool with an extension. If you guys want the extension, we will go all the way to 9 p.m. Central. So this stream will go from being an hour to 2 hours. We'll double it if you guys hit the goal. All right. So tonight's goal is, but we got to hit it in an hour. We only have 1 hour. So the goal is 15 super chats to hit the goal tonight. It does not have to be a $5 super chat as it was before. It can be a lower amount. That's fine. But of course, $5 super chats are appreciated because it helps the channel so much. But that's up to you guys. I'm going to put it in your hands. So if you guys meet the goal, we'll go. We'll extend. All right. Otherwise, we'll call it a stream in about an hour. So I'm starting the goal. It's officially active right now. And so there it is. It's up to you guys. All right. You get to dictate how long this stream goes. And lastly, I do see a super chat, couple of super chats that came in. So we already have 2. So it says 0 right now of 15, but we've got 2 that came in before the goal was started. So I will keep that in mind. All right. Okay. So it's time to bring on my guests. Yes, we've waited long enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have been around the channel for a long time, you're going to know these 2 guys. This is like an OG stream tonight, and I cannot wait. So, first of all, let me bring on someone who was on not too long ago. And you know him, you love him. It's my buddy, Destin from Destination Station. What's up, bro?
What's going on, Craven? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing super, especially because having you and my next guest join us. I'm doing great, buddy. I've been looking forward to this, bro, all afternoon.
Oh yeah, man. I already said it earlier in the chat. There's no party like a Craven party. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, buddy.
And it's so nostalgic too, because it just feels like we all just kind of fit together, like back in the
100%.
day when they
Yep.
greenlit Scream 5. That's kind of like when we all got together.
That's right. All the way back to the Scream 5 before it came out.
Yep.
And it's fantastic, dude. It does have that feeling, and I love that feeling. It's just great. So, guys, we got one more amazing guest, good friend, good content, really great content creator. As I'm trying to say, and has a great channel, as does Destin. So be sure you guys subscribe to their channels. And I'm going to bring him on right now. It is the one and only Marcus. Yes, Marcus is back from I shot him 6 times. He's a human. That's right, guys. Bring him on. It's Marcus. What's up, dude? Good to see you.
It's good to see you too, buddy. It's been so long. And like you said, this is definitely like an old school stream. We got Scream 7 coming out. Scream 8 is greenlit. I cannot wait to get into this conversation. This has been long overdue.
Ooh, very much so, man. And it's just great to see you. And I'm glad you had the time to make it here tonight, man. This is fantastic. Yeah. All right. So guys, listen, the ticker is running on the bottom of your screen. I know if you have it on your phone, it's tiny, but it's just a reminder that 15 super chats or more, 15 or more super chats, Destin, we're doing an extra hour. We're going to go an extra hour. So
yeah. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like an hour just isn't enough for all of us. We need that extra hour. So come on, people. You got to come on.
It's in their hands, man. Got to make
it in their hands. The ball's in your court.
That's right. All right, guys. So man, this is so exciting. I tell you what. How about this? Here's kind of what I want to do before we get into all of the talk we're going to be getting into. Let me just see. Let me just make sure I have what I'm looking for here. I may not. I may have had to move it out. No, I didn't. I didn't think so. So let's start off this way. How about before we talk about Pine Grove, Indiana, and the feel of a classic Scream movie, how about we look at some photos from Pine Grove, Indiana? What do you say, guys?
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Here we go. Crank it up. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Pine Grove.
It just makes me so much like, it's going to have like that small town feel. Yep. It's not going to be Woodsboro, but it's going to feel like Woodsboro, I think.
Yes. Yes, dude.
It almost has like a Western vibe to it too. Like some of those shots of the city. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It has an old school feel. What do you think, Marcus? Does some of those shots kind of make you feel like the old Wes Craven Scream movies coming back? I feel.
Yes. Like Destin said, very small town looking. The houses look very similar to what we've seen in Woodsboro, and stuff. So I feel like even though it is not Woodsboro, they're definitely going to do a good job with making us feel like it kind of is. Like Pine Grove's going to kind of have its own Woodsboro feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And with, you know, with Kevin Williamson behind everything, captain of the ship, if you will. I mean, he knew and knows what Wes did and how Wes wanted the feel of his movies to be. Now, I think if anyone can replicate, or not replicate, because no one can do that, but I think if anyone can come close to garnering the spirit of the first 4 Scream films, it's Kevin Williamson. I think he's the only one that could do it that well. Patrick Lussier could certainly provide a lot of input, but you know, he's not there. But as far as like directors go, Kevin Williamson, man, dude, come on, he knows those movies, and he created the story for the first one, and he did the first 2 Screams, right? First and second, and fourth. So, I mean, the minute he was announced as director, I was like, a weight was lifted almost, because I'm like, who are they going to bring in? What's going to happen? Because dude, look, we've seen stuff in the past. Yeah. We've seen Halloween 5 hire a director that had never seen a Halloween film.
Yeah,
from France. Yeah. Nothing against my French friends. I'm just saying, Halloween, and we're not talking about Halloween, but that's an example. With Gary Barber at the helm of Spyglass, bro, I'm prepared for any craziness to happen. And when they announced Kevin Williamson was back, actually Nev did on her Instagram, I was instantly relieved. What was your thoughts, guys? Marcus, I'll start with you. When you heard the news going way back to the announcement of Kevin Williamson, what was your feeling about Scream 7 at that moment, and Nev returning kind of at the same time?
Well, I think one of the first things I did was hit up Destin here and was like, okay, we got to go live like now and talk about this like right now. So, I mean, the moment it was announced, it was just like, oh my goodness, Scream is back in business. This is what Scream is supposed to look like and what it's supposed to feel like. The man who created the first movie, the second story, the fourth, whatnot, he was supposed to do the third. I don't think he ended up did. It was Aaron Kruger. Am I correct?
Well, actually, yeah, the third one was the whole Ghostface cult, and they had to scrap it. So actually, Aaron Kruger gets writing credits, but Wes Craven he actually co-wrote the movie on the fly.
Oh.
So Wes was actually literally, because Aaron would write out the script, and then Wes would get it, he'd red mark it, he'd change it, so that movie, he's uncredited as a writer. But Wes also he really was a co-writer, guys, on Scream 3.
Yeah.
And they were literally writing the movie daily. So actors would come in. Remember this, guys? They would come in, be handed the script they've never seen, and say, here's what your scene is. We're shooting in 30 minutes. We got to go. I mean, insanity. But look how well that came out.
Yeah.
Like people often don't understand what was really happening with Scream 3. Like, if you understood the background and what was going on, you would respect that movie at a whole new level. And that's the little movie that I will go to fight on the hill with to death. All right, that's a little dramatic, but I will go to fight for that movie tooth and nail. So go ahead, Marcus. Finish your thought, man.
Basically, though, the number one thing for me, especially with the last 2 movies, with Kevin Williamson being named the director, and I know he's not the writer,
right?
But I said the mistakes that were made in the last 2 movies, especially from a writing and directing standpoint, with Radio Silence being okay with those writing mistakes, those writing faux pas.
Exactly. Yes.
Kevin's not going to let that slide. He's not letting that happen.
No.
He is going to have his finger on the trigger, as well as Guy Busick, with that script. And anything that he feels is not Scream, he's going to say, okay, well, how about we do this? And that's what made me so relieved to hear that he is back, that he's not only back in the franchise, but that he is stepping in the director's chair, because I know that we're not going to be getting some stuff like Officer Bailey, who somehow fakes his name even though he's a cop. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So the fact that Kevin is such a great writer, he's such a great storyteller. That was the number one thing for me. I'm like, even though Guy is writing the story, Kevin being a writer himself, now directing this movie, Scream 7 should have a really, really good story to tell.
And Destin, before we get to your comments, Marcus, I agree. And to piggyback on that, one of the things that makes me feel very assured, this is the word I think I want to use, that Kevin Williamson actually has been doing a lot of writing for this movie is because that script was done for 7 before Kevin came on. It was already written because remember, James Vanderbilt left to do something else. Guy Busick wrote it. But do you know that when Nev announced her coming back and Kevin coming back, if you looked at this, she had a picture of the script. And if you look at the script, it says updated or whatever the word was, updated. And it had the date basically that she Instagrammed it. So that was a revised script. Well, guess what? Who's revising it?
Right.
It's Kevin Williamson. So I think Guy's script is probably still the skeletal bones, but I think that Kevin went in and added lots of muscle, meat, skin, and flesh. I don't know why I'm using this analogy, but go with it. Eyeballs, he'd added some fingernails. And until this thing's going to finally turn into a whole body. You know what I'm saying? It's Kevin Williamson. So I love that point, Marcus. And I believe that he is as much of a writer as Guy Busick. He won't be credited, but I believe it to be true. Yep. All right, Destin, you go, sir. Tell us your thoughts on everything.
Man, y'all already summed it all up. That's exactly what I was thinking. Was like whenever Nev announced that, it was like a double surprise. It was just so comforting. At that moment, you're like, okay, we're in good hands.
Yeah,
we're in good hands. We know that he's not going to veer away from anything. That like if he doesn't feel like if something's right, he's definitely going to make those changes. And just like you said, Craven, like even though he's not credited as a writer, he's the original writer.
Yep.
He's going to be just like Wes Craven was with 3.
Yep.
He's going to be doing that with this one. And honestly, I think it's going to be more grounded. And given all these shots that you just shown us here, it's going to feel. I feel like it's going to feel less than like we're on like a stage. You know, we're going to get more city shots, hopefully more wider shots.
Yes, exactly.
We're going to feel like we're actually in a town and not on a sound stage or, you know, like a back lot or something. And that's one thing that I didn't really like about the 5th one. Like everything kind of felt a little fake, you know, especially the Stumacher house, you know, like,
oh, don't get me started.
Yeah. And so I'm really excited to see. I think with them already greenlighting 8, and I'm not trying to go too far, I just think that's going to mean so much more what this story is about to unfold. This is going to be the foundation of what's going to go forward. And I think it's all Kevin Williamson. This is his baby, and he's putting his stamp on it.
And on 8, because we know he's already, as of right now, he's set to direct Scream 8. So, woo, good stuff coming. And you know what else is good, guys? When people send super chats and support the channel, that's always a blessing, and I appreciate it. And so we got some super chats that have come through here, and so we want to go ahead. And also, before I do that, Sarah, thank you so much for posting this link to my Patreon. I am really trying to drive memberships on my Patreon page. So any of you guys here that are currently channel members, don't leave. Okay, I'm not saying abandon that. But if you would consider also becoming a supporter on my Patreon, you will be what I'm calling a dual platform supporter. And I'm working on some ideas that you guys are going to get extra special recognition on the channel, and I will highlight you in a different way. So I would have greatly appreciate it. At least consider it. Go over to my Patreon, check it out. And if you would like to become a patron member tonight, as well as a channel member, you will be in the rare group of dual platform supporters. So thanks, Sarah, for putting that up. I appreciate it. All right, super chat time. Let's see what we got. Well, first of all, Mr. Rick is celebrating his 4 months now as a channel member. Thank you, Mr. Rick. Much appreciated, brother. Said, I can't stay long. Okay. What's your thoughts about getting, well, I'm sorry. It talks about being about, I said to rewind. What are your thoughts about 8 being green light? Okay. If that's true, I think there's going to be a cliffhanger at the end of 7. Got you, brother. First of all, Rick, thank you. And I appreciate your support, man, every month. It's amazing help to the channel. So, yes, I also believe, guys, and I've said this before, that I'm okay with cliffhangers only if we're guaranteed another movie. So, because the worst thing is to end on a cliffhanger and you never ever get to see the story close.
Scream season 2.
Oh, that hurts, but it's true. I love Scream season 1 and 2. I should do a stream on the TV series sometime. We just relive it.
I'm thinking about
it. Yeah.
Bro, we were just talking about that the other day, like how after this Sydney story is done, we would love for them. I know I would love for them to do a Lakewood movie.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be very cool. And here's the other thing I want to talk about cliffhangers, and you guys probably know this, but others may not, is that Kevin Williamson has been itching to do a cliffhanger in the past. He wanted Scream 2 to end on a cliffhanger, and Wes overruled him. And we got the ending that we have, which I think is great. And he wanted to do a cliffhanger in Scream 4. And Wes considered it, but he ended up overriding him as well and had the ending that we have with Jill dying in Scream 4. So he's had the itch, guys, on 2 of 4 movies for a cliffhanger. And guess what? He's in control now. There's no overriding except for the studio. Outside of that, I have to believe, and I'm going to believe this until I hear different. I think cliffhanger is happening, and we have Scream 8, so I fully endorse it. Destin, I'll start with you. Cliffhanger ending. What do you say?
Absolutely. I think with them already announcing that Scream 8 is kind of greenlit, and I think that if you are going to do it now. But the way I think that they're going to do it, I think we're going to get an ending kill like we do an opening kill. I think we're going to end. I think we're going to get like a conclusion to Scream 7 of like a couple of killers or something. But then you're gonna think everything's a happy ending, and then somebody that has survived the entire movie gets a phone call, and that's the end of them. Could be Gail Weathers.
Ooh, could be.
Or Martha Meeks, and bring us back to Woodsboro.
Hey, I mean,
all right, I'm not going too far.
That's all right. That's all right. Marcus, are you good with the cliffhanger?
Absolutely. I mean, the moment Scream 8 was announced greenlit, I'm like, this has to be the direction, right? Like, you don't announce it this soon if you're not going to do a cliffhanger type of ending. I'm all for it. You know, as long as it's done correctly, which I think it will be done correctly, because I've noted this before as well. Out of the last 2 movies, I like Guy Busick as a writer. It was the other one I didn't like, too much and stuff like that. So now that Guy is working with Kevin, I think now would be the perfect time to do a cliffhanger. And I think it's going to be something we have never seen before. And I'm excited for it.
It's interesting that you say that, because if you guys remember back whenever the press circuit was going around and they were interviewing Guy and James Vanderbilt together in interviews on some of them on podcasts, I watched 2 different interviews, but both times it felt like James Vanderbilt was just trying to smush Guy Busick. It's like he didn't want him to talk, and it drove me nuts. And anytime Stu's name came out of Guy's mouth, Jerry was like, "Oh well, we don't want to talk about that, because everybody's going to think that." And I'm like, dude, let this man talk. He's a co-writer with you, and he's trying to make a point or talk about something with Stu Macher, which we know he's confessed he's a Stu truther, Guy Busick.
Yep.
openly said he believes in Stu, and he even said in an interview a while back, I never will forget this. He said he's always thinking of a way that he can get Stu Macher into a movie, into a Scream movie.
Mhm.
And I'm like, he said that publicly, but James was like shutting him down. It frustrated me. And so to your point, James Vanderbilt's gone, and it's just him and Kevin Williamson. So I think not to get on the Stu talk now, but I am the conductor of the Stu train. All right, let's admit it. And so I have to get there sometimes. But anyway, good point. Excellent point about that. All right, guys. So let's get back to the chat here real quick. Let's see.
Hey, Marcus is grinning. I think he's froze.
He's frozen.
No, I'm not. I'm grinning because I'm just so happy.
Stuck.
I'm just so happy. Am I stuck? Am I?
Yeah, you got the smile demon. It looks like.
Well, that's because I am happy that James Vanderbilt is not part of this anymore. Like,
Yes.
I felt like it was quite evident who was the better writer out of Guy and James.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm happy that Guy is back, and that's why I got this little snarky grin on my face. Like, yeah, hasta la vista, baby, get out of here.
Oh, dude, guess what, guys? We just hit the super chat challenge of 15 super chats. Is done in 20 minutes.
I'm about to say, holy crap, that was
Nice.
fast.
25 minutes, dude. So everyone in the chat, thank you so much for your support of the channel. I really appreciate it. And guess what? You were just earned an extra hour. So we're going until 9 p.m. Central. So buckle up, buttercups, because we are going down the Stu train path of Woodsboro and Pine Grove. Let's go. All right. Thank you guys for that. I really do appreciate it. And again, we're bouncing out between mid 30s and mid 40s in the chat. So I will certainly try to get to your comments and theories, but with me having 2 guests tonight, and we're going to be talking theories with you, I know I will not get to everyone's theories, guys. It's impossible. Marcus and Destin, you know what it is.
Yep.
Stream. You just can't get to everybody's comments, but it's not personal. It's never personal. So, but I will say this: if you do send a super chat the rest of the night, and you have a theory, you're like, I really want the guys to talk about this, you can send a super chat, and we will get it on screen. We will cover it, and I promise you this: I will not end the stream until every super chat is addressed. You have my word. So just remember that. It's an avenue. It's a means to get it done if you want. And guess what else? It helps this channel grow. It helps me to come back to you with more streams, more videos, more software and different things, sometimes hardware I can get for the channel. So everything counts. All right, guys. So it's a win-win. Having said that, let's go to Jason Dyer with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Says, Craven, we're so blessed to have you in our lives. Your content, humor, love, and compassion for our community is beyond all YouTubers. Wow, bro, that's a lot. That's, man. Just want to say we all love you, brother, and Stu lives. Yes. Oh man, that's really touching. Seriously, man, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, bro. Wow. I don't know if I'm all that, but I just come out here.
You are, buddy.
Well, thank you guys. You guys, I just want to share my passion, share my love, and have this beautiful community that we come together and we share our thoughts and our ideas about Scream, and it's a safe place, and no one has to worry about being picked on or bullied or, none of that mess. And that's very kind. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for saying that. That's very, very sweet.
Yeah, man.
No doubt, brother. You already know what time it is.
Oh. Well, it's funny you say that because I'm just saying, that nice color of yellow for Jason's text, super chat, really looks like it could be almost a spicy mustard kind of shade of yellow.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
I think it's time to get it up for the spicy mustard, baby.
It's been a while.
It's good. Let's go. Here we go.
Do you feel the hunger tonight? Are you a little hungry? I wanna be a hot dog. Be a hot dog tonight. I'm a hot dog.
Unmute your mic, guys. Feel free.
My lip sync.
Here we go. Wow.
Wow.
So hot dogs take like 10 minutes off of your life. So just don't eat them. And I'm a ketchup guy. I like.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm down with ketchup. I'm down with some good. Actually, I prefer yellow mustard, to be honest with you, over like the spicy mustard on a
on
sandwich.
a hot dog. Yeah.
I need me some cheese whiz, some chili, some cheese, all that.
Bro,
Some
Oh,
onions.
you need like a
Onions.
chili dog. Yeah, some
chili
onions.
dog.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
I'll tell you this one thing, and I know this is turning into food right now, but put cream cheese on your hot dog on the
Dude.
bun. Spread it on the bun. Yes.
Destin.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. I don't know.
It may change my life, but I don't know if it's a good thing.
The hot dog will kill you though.
I think we're gonna have to do this on a stream together, Destin. Like I'll try that, and we'll do it on live.
I
give it a try.
thought it would be awful too, but like I tried it out and I was like, wow, that's better than like regular cheese. It was really
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Listen.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because Primetime Chris has already figured out who's Ghostface. It's going to be Hot Dog in the next movie. Oh my gosh.
That would be a crazy killer movie, like someone in a hot dog costume going around stabbing people and
Oh,
like
good
ketchup.
gosh. Could you imagine? Oh, Lord. It's funny, too, because I was just looking. Whenever I did that, I looked and saw we had 50 people watching. And I'm
Mhm.
like, someone just joined this stream right when that mustard clip was playing. And if they're the first time here, you can only imagine what they must be thinking. Oh, good gosh. All right. Let's keep going with some super chats here. Let's get through some of these, and then we're going to get back to Scream Talk. Johnny King, what's up, Johnny? It's always good to see you, bro. I appreciate you. Johnny just joined my Patreon this weekend. He is a dual platform supporter. So Johnny is one in that group. Says, hey, Craven, you need to collab with Sister Pam. Oh yeah, we're already talking about it. We've been messaging each other about that. So stay tuned. I will be collabing with Sister Pam. I've already done it once. I had her on the channel once, and we will be doing it again. So stay tuned. Thank you, Johnny. Jeff Hill with a $2 super chat. Okay, buddy. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. All right. Jason Dyer says, this super chat is just because you're awesome. Oh, my gosh, man. That's
Very nice.
too kind, man. Really. Thank you, Jason. Super Tenor super chat and just say, hey, Steven and Destin, and obviously Marcus. That was before Marcus came on.
Just left me out of it.
Oh,
It's all good. It's all good.
you're
No
not on
problem at all.
screen. Not his fault. Not his fault. And Sarah said, thanks, Sarah, for your super chat. This is really an OG stream. Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah,
Marcus and Destin. All right.
that's right.
I mean, you got to really think about it. Like we got like the next 2 or 3 years at least solid of Scream stuff.
I think so.
You know,
Oh, and look at there, Marcus. Super Tenor came back and said,
Hey,
I shot it 6 times. See, there you go.
what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for that. Man, that just warms my heart. Honestly, I'm not even joking, man. Like,
Yeah.
touches my soul.
Oh, brother, we love you, man. You know you're loved over here, man. This is what it's about. Stella G saying this is the place to be. Absolutely, Stella. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. And Johnny King coming back in as well, saying for the extra hour with the OGs and the Cravenites. Yeah, buddy. So happy we hit the goal. It's fantastic.
hell yeah.
Jason Dyer says, I met Marcus because of Craven. I met Destin because of Marcus. Isn't that sunny? Isn't that domino effect
Yep.
amazing? Love all your guys' content. This stream will be epic. Appreciate you all. Jason, thank you. We all appreciate you, don't we, guys? We
That's a
appreciate
fact.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Dave.
Such a positive and encouraging part of our community. Jason's just always coming to encourage. It's so
Mhm.
awesome. Thank you, bro. And hey, Julie's coming in with a $2 super chat. All right. Thank you, Julie. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Okay, Jeff Hill coming in with a $20 super chat tonight. Oh, wow, Jeff. Thank you, brother. Man, that's so generous, man. Says, this is a theory of mine. I think that Stu killed Dewey. Check. I think he killed Casey boyfriend and Casey. Check. And he killed, I can't think of the character's name, but it was I think the first kill in Scream 4. That's Olivia. Ooh, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, let's start with you, Destin. What do you think about these three? You think Jeff's got them all right?
I think the first two definitely. I would like to hear a little bit more detail on why he thinks Olivia in Scream 4. But if you are going to bring him back, I do want to see that he was connected in all of the sequels
Right.
leading up to it. You know, like I don't want them to. You don't have to like spend a lot of time with it, but like show that he was there in 2, show he was there in 3, show he's there in 4. Just little bits and pieces. I mean, honestly, I'm okay with that. I really think that he's the one that killed Dewey. Casey Becker, I think it was a team effort. I've always thought it was a team effort between whether Billy killed Steve and Stu killed Casey or vice versa or whatever. But I know that they dated. There's motive there. I do think that obviously that he definitely helped in killing Casey Becker. But with Dewey, I hope they right that wrong. I hope they retcon that.
Yeah, man, me too. And just to piggyback on that, then we'll get Marcus's thoughts. If I'm trying to think to Scream 4, because as you guys know, that's my favorite personal sequel. And if Stu was actually killing someone, because I could see him being more the mastermind behind 4 than perhaps participating in the costume. But I will say this: if Stu was there killing, I think Olivia, which was the most vicious kill of the film, literally gutting her. Which again, gutting. There's the theme with Stu. We're talking about gutting from Scream 1.
Yeah,
and so that could definitely be. I would say that would probably be the kill that I would say was Stu, or killing the deputies, the knife in the forehead of Deputy Perkins. Those were, to me, the most vicious kills in the movie. I think they would be one of those. So, Marcus, what do you think, man, about these 3?
Well, I definitely do think he killed Dewey. I have future reservations to talk about that. But if Dewey is actually dead, like officially, I think he is the one to do it. I definitely do think he killed Stephen Orth. I mean, I'll put it this way: it could have been Billy or Stu to kill Stephen. I personally have always felt that he did kill Casey. And the reason why I always felt that is because they did date. But the thing that really stood out to me is when she took the mask off and you see the look on her face, and then Ghostface is like shaking when he's about to stab her. I always felt like that would have been Stu because he loved Casey. I personally felt like he was in love with her, which is why he got so defensive when Randy brought it up and stuff. Now, what's interesting about him thinking that it was Stu who killed Olivia in Scream 4, I'm not saying it's not impossible, but when you think of the fact that there is, I mean, it's just a rumor. We don't have confirmation yet, but apparently in Scream 7, there's supposed to be an Olivia-style kill. So, I mean, in that regard, I can understand why you would think maybe Stu had something to do with that. I personally am on board with you, Steven. I think that if Stu was involved with Scream 4, he was the mastermind. He didn't do any killing. you know, and stuff like that. But if he did, and they're going to do an Olivia style kill in Scream 7, it would make sense that they would reveal that. You know what I mean? That it was Stu who killed her in Scream 4 and not Charlie.
Yep. This would be the time I would think to reveal it. If they're going to do the revealing the flashback scenes, if that's, you know, like with Roman, you know, seeing Stu in the Scream 3 timeline, which, you know, I would love to see that Stu was Roman's accomplice in Scream 3 instead of Angelina. I personally still think it's Angelina until I see different, but that would be a great connection to show Stu was there with Roman and he left, like he was out of there. They never called him. He was gone. They think he's dead anyway. Everyone thinks Stu's dead. So yeah. Justin, did you have something you wanted to add? It looked like you were kind of thinking about something there.
Yeah, if they do add Stu to 4, I think it would be really cool. You remember that it's very subtle, but when Sydney was on the roof at Jill or at Kirby's house,
yeah,
she's trying to open up the windows, and you see Ghostface kind of there, and then she kind of like ducks away. I think that'd be kind of cool that was him. You know, like kind of toying with Sydney, you know? And
yeah.
Because there was moments like he's not just like charging at her. He's kind of just like watching her and then going away. And it's kind of like a now you see me, now you don't kind of thing.
And he intentionally let her go. He didn't try to go chase her down.
Yeah.
And just to add something real quick, I'm on board with you, Steven. I'm convinced that it was Stu who was in Scream 3 with Roman. I'm convinced by that. Yes, because I mean, the first replica house that Sydney walks through is Stu Macher's replica house. What was Roman going to do with that house in Stab 3 Return to Woodsboro? What was he going to reveal? Why was his house needed? You know, and then on top of that, the chase scene in Sydney's replica house was step for step, literally how Stu chased her. And he would be the only one who would know how to chase her in that way, would know the spots and everything, because as we know, the Stab movies differ from what actually happened in what's, you know, the events of Scream.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, I'm convinced that it was Stu who was helping Roman at this point.
I also want to just add something, and I know I've mentioned it before on my streams, and I think I mentioned it to you too, Steven, before. But I think that Roman, Angelina, and Stu were in Scream 3. And I think that Stu was the one that killed Angelina or staged it. It was supposed to be staged.
Yeah.
She gets drug off at the bottom of that stairs.
Right.
But then maybe if we could get like a cutback and being like, there's no room for you, you know, like, or she's sloppy, because honestly, she was too much of a red herring, like dropping the mask in the bathroom.
Right.
And just like, it was like, you're showing too much. Like you're prime suspect. And maybe we see him like kill Angelina.
Ooh, I like that. That's also cool. Really cool. Well, tell you what, whatever happens, man, I'm just ready to see what they're going to do with this, because my last thoughts on it is that I agree as well. Stu killed Dewey. No one will ever convince me otherwise. And here's the reason why I think that Jeff is correct on Casey and Steve and Orth, because if you remember, Casey's on the phone the entire time talking to Ghostface. If he is, and if whoever's on the phone, they're not the one doing the killing, obviously. Now, sure, it could be that Stu killed Stephen Orth, but here's the problem. Well, it's not really a problem, because in my opinion, he did. I think it was Stu on both, because Billy's voice never changes. It's super calm as Ghostface. Whoever's on the phone, they're not out of breath. You don't hear anything. There's no stabbing sounds, screaming sounds, nothing. So that's why I always believed as Marcus said, even that the kill of Casey was Stu because that was his ex, and he already demonstrated that again. He was cutting off the talk about her really quick at the fountain, and that look says something too. You're right. I liked it. Marcus mentioned that when the mask came off, she knew who that was, obviously, and I think that, in my opinion, Billy was on the phone. Stu did it all. They hung her up together. Obviously, that's a 2-person job in that amount of time. But I think at that point, the minute she's on the ground and she's holding the phone, Billy's hung up. He's already hung up, and he's running out there to help Stu put her up on the tree. So, just my thoughts on it. That's where I stand on the 3. Thank you, Jeff, for your amazingly generous super chat, brother. I appreciate it. All right, so we got Russell coming in with the $5 super chat. Says, who needs Woodsboro Scream? Can be anywhere. Ghostface is the man or female. I want to see Jill and Stu and Angelina working together. Oh my gosh. Stu Train. Wow. Now, Russell, that is I appreciate the passion. Okay. Because that's a tall order, as they would say. But I love it. It's so fun to theorize. And that's why we can theorize that stuff all day. And this stream is about theories. So that's why, you guys, I'm so glad you're sending your theories, because that's what we're doing tonight. All right, Marcus, I'm going to go in reverse order. What are your thoughts on the trifecta of Jill, Stu, and Angelina? Could it happen? I mean, I don't know at this point. What do you think?
I think it could happen. I mean, I personally think Jill is dead, but it wouldn't be that hard to make her alive because, I mean, yeah, she did take a bullet to the chest and she did have a defibrillator to the brain and stuff. But with the whole defibrillator thing, she got up right afterwards and still kept marching forward.
That's a very good point.
And there has been times, even in real life, where people have took multiple gunshots and stuff to the chest and survived to tell about it. So she could definitely be alive. We've talked about it plenty of times before. Angelina, she was stabbed in the shoulder. Like, come on.
Right.
I mean, so
it was a weak killing, dude. And she's
yes.
That didn't kill her. There's no way, Marcus. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think it killed her neither. And them working with Stu, I wouldn't be against that at all. I will say, in regards to Woodsboro and stuff, I'm not mad that this is taking place in Pine Grove, Indiana. But me personally, if they are going to reveal Stu alive, I personally think it has to be in Woodsboro at 261 Turner Lane. Because think about it like this. Pine Grove, Indiana, it holds no real legacy to the Stu Macher character.
No, it doesn't.
Woodsboro and that house holds all the legacy. You know what I mean? So I personally feel like if we're going to get Stu revealed, it has to be in Woodsboro, which is why I'm excited that they announced Scream 8, because there's a possibility.
Absolutely. But you know what? Mentioning that, let me be very clear, because we've got like over 50 people here. So some of you probably are new and have not heard my feelings on Scream 5 and 6. First of all, I like them. All right. I want that to be understood. I like Scream 5. I like Scream 6. They're fun watches. All right. Listen, Scream 6, you just can't be in an analytical mode when you watch the movie.
Yep.
You just, that's the way I say it. You know, it's, if you just dial the brain back and just watch the show, watch the movie, and it's fun. Don't think about the inconsistencies in writing, because that's a whole nother stream. But Scream 5, it's another one. It's fun. Okay. It's my least favorite sequel in the franchise. Scream 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. I figured I'd probably shock you. 6 and 5 is the order. However, having said all of that, what frustrates me about 5, the biggest frustration possibly, is that you have Stu Macher's house, albeit on a stage, it's not real. But the fact is, you've got Stu Macher's house in the movie, and you don't bring back Stu
Right.
Macher. It's like now it's almost like, yeah, and Marcus's point, it needs to be in Stu's house. And I agree. But the problem is they've already done Stu's house before in 5. I don't think they'll go back to his house anymore, or if not, or maybe for a long time. So, and I'm going to ask you a second question here because Destin, don't forget your thoughts. But I'm going to slide in here, and Marcus, your screen looks wild. Look at that. It's like brains. Looks like scanners. Look at his face.
It's like Lawnmower Man.
It's like They Live. Yeah, when you put the glasses on, that is wild. But there it's a little bit better. But anyway, my question to that point is, do you think that they would plausibly go back to Stu's house because Scream 5 messed that up? They just messed that up.
It was a missed opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know who called the house really. Remember that phone call at the end and Richie's face? No, and
Richie. Oh, yeah.
So, in my opinion, I always thought that was Stu. So, what if they connect Stu to Richie and Amber and stuff, and then they go back to Stu's house? You know what I mean? I think that it can be done. I feel like it can be done. We know how big that house is. You know what I mean? So Stu could have been anywhere in that house and stuff. If they connect it properly, I think going back to Stu's house in Scream 7 wouldn't be a problem, or Scream 8, whatever they decide to do.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And let's really be honest. I mean, some maybe newer fans might not like that too much, but are we really going to complain about it if it makes sense?
Oh, no.
Mhm.
I'm all for it. That's why I just posed the question: will the studio, the writers, would they do it? And but you know what? That's it. And Destin, I'm coming, brother. You're holding.
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. I'll just say this: that is a good point, because I believe that Stu Macher created the dreaded thread, the subdreaded thread.
Mhm.
And I believe that he's recruiting Ghostface cult members through the thread. I think Amber and Richie, both of them were recruited by Stu through the thread. And so was Jason and Greg in Scream 6, which I believe that the opening of Scream 6 proves almost, and I rarely say prove, but it almost proves the theory of the ghost case. Oh my gosh, the Ghostface cult, because they were going to finish Richie's movie.
Mhm.
And another way of saying that is that Jason and Greg wanted to finish what Richie and Amber started. And
Mhm.
guess what? They're in New York. They're not in California.
Right.
So I'm telling you right now, in my mind, that I know it's a little bit of a side trail, but Destin, let's get your thoughts, man. What do you? Because I know that we're talking about going back to Russell's super chat, and you can comment on anything else we just said too. But I'm just saying that plus Jill, Stu, and Angelina. So you go ahead, man.
Jill, Stu, and Angelina. I think. I mean, it's possible, but I think if Jill is alive, I don't think that she's going to be capable of still being a Ghostface at this point. If anything, she's like in a loony bin and crazy from taking the defibrillator to the head and getting shot and all that kind of stuff. Like I could see her more being like that, and maybe
okay.
that's where she met Stu. Maybe that's where Stu was. With Angelina, I would more. I know y'all gonna hate me for this, but I just don't feel like she's significant enough to bring her back at this point. If it was earlier, maybe I would more like the fact that she was involved with Roman and Stu actually just killed her, and that be the connection of 3 a little bit. That's just how I would tie her in. I don't want all the revealing killers to be from the past. I want some new blood as a Ghostface, and Stu be the mastermind, the third one, or whatever they're going to do.
Right.
If you're going to do it, and that's another thing. That's another whole nother topic. Like, should they reveal Stu in 7 or 8?
Maybe that's the cliffhanger ending for 7, right?
Yeah, maybe that's where we're going. But I'm with Marcus. We've talked about this several times on both of our channels. It feels right to reveal Stu in Woodsboro because Billy was always the Woodsboro murderer. He always got that shine.
Always got it. Yep.
Yeah, he always got the credit. So I feel like that if there is something, if we ever go back in 8, that maybe there's some kind of connection with Amber and him. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe she was part of the cult and she let Stu Macher live there in the attic, like Billy from Black Christmas.
Oh gosh, Billy. Well, that was it, man. That's a classic. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay, well, no, I respect.
Real quick. If not Stu's house, what about Sydney's house?
Oh, that would be wild.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yes.
And
she walks into her bedroom. It's exactly how it was when she was a teenager.
Oh gosh, dude.
Bro.
The same movie, the same posters of the bands,
Yeah. Yep.
Oh gosh, Russell, thanks for your super chat, man. Really appreciate it, and great things to think about with that possible trio. Real quick, Oliver, hey about this, man. It's been a member for 26 months.
Wow.
Guys, we're going over 2 years supporting
Oliver.
this channel every month. I know, right? That is definitely applause worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Says, good evening, everyone. Welcome, Destin and Marcus. I've been catching up on my horror movies while I'm dealing with food poisoning. Oh my gosh, Oliver, that's terrible. So sorry, bro. Do you guys think that we will see anything new in a Scream movie? Yes. Oh, yes.
I think this is the one.
This is it. Don't you? What do you think, Marcus? I think Kevin's going to bring some new stuff we have not seen.
Absolutely. Cliffhanger. We've never seen that before. Possibly 2 female killer reveals.
Possibly.
There are so many directions that they can go in. I definitely think this Scream has the opportunity to be the most innovative one yet since the original.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to add that, like, one thing that you can really count on with Kevin Williamson being in that director's chair is we're going to get really great character development.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, he really focuses on, and I hope we stay with him for a little bit before, chaos ensues,
Right. Yeah.
So
that's kind of his specialty, I think, when it comes to writing, is he just knows how to make us like his characters or not like them per se, but we connect with them, and it makes the whole movie better when we care about someone if they die or not. That's a huge difference maker, isn't it?
It really is. And look at The Faculty. I mean, just how that character development was. I mean, it was just great.
Perfect.
So,
yes.
He takes his time.
He does. All right, Hollywood Guy. What's up, Hollywood Guy? Sending in $5 to support the channel. Thank you, brother. Steven and friends, I was watching a video that Scream could have 3 final girls. What do you guys think about that? That would be interesting. Okay, well, that we could say Sydney, obviously. Sydney's not going to die. She's a warrior. Come on. Sydney, Gail, and Tatum.
The daughter.
Sydney's daughter, Tatum. That's 3.
Yep.
I think that's very, very plausible. If not, I'll even say it's likely. Wouldn't you guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's likely. Yeah.
Especially with 8 being announced, I'm more mindful that Gail could survive Scream 7 and possibly die in 8.
Yep.
If she is going to die. I think that she is most likely going to survive 7. If they didn't announce 8, then I'd be a little bit like, nah, I think this is the one Gail's going to bite it. But now that they have announced 8, I think Gail's safe. Definitely, I think it's going to be Sydney, her daughter, Tatum, and Gail.
Yep. Destin, do you think they're going to be all survivors too?
You know what? I'm just going to be a little different here. No, I don't. I think Gail's going to be the last kill of the movie. I think it's going to be the shocker that leaves the cliffhanger. I think she's going to get a call at the very end. I think that the movie needs to set up to where we like her again, like more than 6 before they do kill her. Okay. I think she needs to right her wrongs, write the book about Dewey, have a moment, like have some redemption arc here.
Yes.
She survives the chaos that happens in the climax, but afterwards she gets that phone call. And it would be even, what would be kind of crazy? What if she got the phone call and they could end the movie as her being the last kill, but what if she gets the phone call and then the movie ends and then the movie picks up exactly from the middle of that scene?
Yeah. So Scream 8 starts with the phone ringing and she picks
right.
Up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which could line her up to be the opening kill of 8.
It sure could. Absolutely could. Especially if because we know that she's a journalist, she's going after the story. And if that last phone call, we hear dialogues and with the voice changer, it could be anybody's voice. Remember, it could be anybody's voice. So she gets a call from, we don't know all the characters. So it could be anybody that she knows. It could be Sydney's voice and saying, "Hey, I need you to come out to whatever the place is. I need to come to this house or this place, because there's some unfinished business here or whatever." Something to get Gail to say, "I'll be there." I'll be there. And she drives there thinking Sydney's going to meet Sydney there. And she meets Ghostface.
Yeah.
And that's it. Bam.
Wow.
I always said that she should have been thrown off her balcony in Scream 6 and just splat.
Could you imagine that shot from the outside, like following your body down 60 flights or whatever, in New York skyscraper? Hollywood guy, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. And yes, I do think 3 Final Girls is very likely to happen for sure. And Stella coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Stella. Says, "And Kevin, we trust." Yes, we do. Russell Dorsey with another super chat says, "Gary Barber is a curse." I'm not a fan. I'm not either, my friend. I will go ahead, Destin.
One thing is at least he's not on the level of Weinstein. At least now he's he knows he messed up, so he's reaching. And he's like, all right, we got to do something. And at least he's allowing this to happen right now.
That is true. I'll admit you're right about that for him. I think he had no choice. He was back.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, if I don't do this, the studio board may actually fire me.
Exactly.
All right. Russell with another super chat. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Let's get it up, Stew Train. Choo choo. Well, you know what? There's a guy out there that once said those amazing words, and they've always stuck with me. And they were "get it up." You guys ready to get it up? Let's do this thing. Let's go, Stu. Yeah.
I'm ready, baby.
Marcus,
get up!
Marcus is doing it.
Get up!
Yeah.
Get up! Get up!
Get up. Yeah, buddy.
It was fun.
There's Marcus.
Marcus is flying.
Getting it, bro.
Yeah, man. Marcus was doing that the entire clip. You guys couldn't see it.
That's right.
I couldn't even see it. No.
It's been a while, man. I needed to let that one out.
Thank you, Russell. Oh my gosh, what a question this is. Johnny says, "Thanks, Johnny, for your super chat. How exactly would each of you guys end Scream 7? Ooh, okay. Destin, you go first, and then we'll go around. I'll go last. How would you personally end it?
This is how I would have ended 5, so I'm going to go with this. I don't think we're
Okay.
going to get it. I think that we're going to get a little. I would end it similar to the idea of what they were going to do with Jill with letting her live. Of
Okay.
4, and I would say 2 killers are revealed, and then maybe Leslie Mocker is there, and maybe it's Anna Camp, and she gives her whole spiel, and then she's like, "Hey, brother," and then Stu walks out, is like, "Surprise, Sydney," and then Anna Camp gets killed. Leslie Mocker, that's who we think she is, and then there's like this big showdown where her and Stu are just going at it. And then I think that the like Sydney's down on the ground and maybe Stu's hovering over with a knife, and next thing you know, cop cars show up and there's lights in the window and you hear the sirens, and then you got news broadcasts pulling up because somebody's already made a phone call, like somebody's already made a phone call prior. And Sydney says something like, "Give it up. It's over." And he's like, "No, it just begun." And he opens the front door, drops the knife, hits his knees. He wants to get caught. Now it's his knees. And now it's open to the public that Stu Macher is alive.
Ooh, okay. That leads us into 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, okay.
And you hear all the internet buzz and the news buzz. Stu Macher is alive. Where's he been all these years? Yada yada yada. And then the movie ends.
Ooh, okay. All right, that's a good one. Marcus, what's your ending?
My ending would be, especially if we're going to end on a cliffhanger like we think so, is we get the reveals of who the killers are in Scream 7. We have the showdown. Sydney prevails, so on and so forth. We cut to a scene. It seems like everything's fine and all dandy. And Sydney gets a call or FaceTime from her dad, Neil.
Ooh.
But instead of Neil being on the phone, it's Ghostface, and it shows him killing Neil in their old house back in Woodsboro. And that's how we get Scream 8 back in Woodsboro, and that's how we get Sydney back in Woodsboro.
Wow, bro. What a way to end Scream 7. Oh, I never thought of that, dude. That's really dark to get a video seeing your dad murdered. Can you imagine? That's, oh my gosh. And that's yeah, go ahead.
And who better than Stu to be the one to do it? Because in all honesty, Neil got away from Stu and Billy in the beginning, in the original.
Yep. That's right.
So it would have to be Stu to be the one to pull this off. And then that still leads into, you won't see Stu revealed. We save that for 8 or whatnot. But now it still leads this whole mystery. Is Stu Macher alive? Is he dead? Because throughout the movie, we probably get an AI FaceTime of Stu, so on and so forth. So now we can still lead into this mystery going into 8. Is Stu Macher alive or is he dead? Yep. And we get 2 movies with Matthew Lillard. Win-win.
Wouldn't that be awesome, bro? 2 movies with Matthew Lillard. That would just be fantastic. Wow, I love it. All right. Well, Johnny, thank you. I should probably share my theory. Oh yeah. How do I want Scream 7 to end? Yeah, I'm really kind of along some of the same lines, but not quite, because actually those are some really different endings, and I like that. That's why I love theorizing together like this. It's so great to hear our theories. Mine is going to be kind of simple, honestly, because we know we're going to have AI being used. It's going to look like Stu is alive, okay? And Roman probably, I think Stu. And so the whole movie, we're as viewers and wondering, are we alive or not? Because we don't have confirmation. It looks like we do, but I want it to end like that, like kind of what Destin said. At the end of the movie, they catch all the Ghostface killers. Everything's calming down. Everyone's feeling good. It's time for cake and cupcakes. Everybody's back to feeling normal. And then that phone rings. And yeah, it's Sydney picks it up, and it's Stu Macher saying, like you say, surprise Sydney, or the line that I think I'd like to hear is that I still have a thing for you, Sid. And that's literally the camera looks at Sid's face, and she's just in shock, and then that's it. Boom, goes to end credits. I don't know, just kind of what I would like to see. I think it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, go ahead, Destin.
Can I say one thing? Okay, so that was my idea for 5, and that would have been my idea to the get-go. But like now that where we're at, maybe I should have said I still like the idea of the ending of, like you said, like everything's fine and dandy. We got our conclusion. Everyone's, lives to see another day. And then we get, I think it would be really cool if Martha Meeks called like Chad or Mindy, if they're both alive or if one of them are alive, and she's checking on them. Yeah. And she's just like, she's back in Woodsboro, and she's like, hey, are you okay? You got to come home, yada, yada, yada. She gets off the phone. As soon as she hangs up the phone, she picks it back up from a ring. It rings.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's like, Mindy or Chad or something like that. And she it's like, oh, hello, Martha. Like, and then she's the one that gets killed. And she's the reason why we bring back the new legacy and the old legacy, because she gets killed in Woodsboro.
And it shows even to the new legacy that what started there in Pine Grove, it's not over.
Right.
It's still happening. It's not, the real ending hasn't happened.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and Marcus, I want to get your thoughts on this, because it just seems like the movie, Scream 8 should go back to Woodsboro. I really do believe that. What a great way to do it, though, with Martha Meeks. And of course, we got in Scream 7, we've already got Chad and Mindy back. And, I hope at some point Mindy gets killed in the movie. I'm just being.
Mean.
I'm sorry.
She gotta go. She gotta go.
I'm just over that character, dude. She's just way over the top for me.
Right.
I like Chad. Of course, that guy's like the Terminator. 27 stab wounds in a year, and that guy's still walking. I'm okay if they both die, because I think they're honestly just bridge characters to help explain what happened to the Carpenter sisters. That's kind of what I think they're there for. But if you want to keep one of them to keep going, just in case they get Melissa back, 5 years from now, then you can let one of them live. But I hope it's Chad that lives. But having said all that, that's their mom. So it increases, like if they're both alive or one of them, it really enforces the need to go back to Woodsboro.
Huh?
And so,
and Sydney too.
And Sydney too. And I can see Sydney telling them, like, whoever, let's just say Chad survives, let's just say. I could see her in that ending say, Chad, don't worry. I'll be with you all the way. I'm going with you 100% or whatever. And they're together. Yeah, great. Marcus, do you like that? As far as like a way to get back to Woodsboro, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, I definitely like that. I would not be against, seeing an ending scene with Martha Meeks being killed off to take us back to Woodsboro. I'm even on the train of why not have double kills in the end. Neil Prescott and Martha Meeks. We have one killer in each location.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's how we get back to Woodsboro, especially if they're going to keep let's say if they keep one of the twins alive or both, as a way to take us back to Woodsboro, especially to have some meaning to both Sydney and one of the twins or both of the twins.
Yeah.
Dual kills at the end. One Ghostface here, one Ghostface there. Nothing up top, nothing below. Let's get it.
Dude.
Like it's happened like simultaneously?
Yes. And this how you do it. We see Sydney get the phone call to FaceTime. Then maybe also the twins are standing right there in front of her, or one of the twins. They both get a FaceTime. and one is from basically Neil inside of the old, inside of their old house in Woodsboro. And then obviously the twins get to FaceTime of Martha Meeks being killed.
Dude.
You talk about killing two birds in one stone, especially if they're all around each other. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That would talking about really hitting you, man.
Yeah.
What a shocking end. You'll be stunned because it
Mhm.
happens and it's over in credits.
And here's the thing. Wouldn't it be really cool, like, to see Sydney bring her daughter? I know, and not cool. I guess cool is the wrong word, but
All right.
interesting
There you go. Yeah.
to bring her daughter, and her daughter's never been to Woodsboro, and she's
Yeah.
like, "This is where you used to live. This is where Grandpa used to live, or whatever." And
Right.
like it'd be like a moment there, kind of like introducing. We're seeing it through Tatum's eyes a little bit.
Yep. I like it. I like it. Hey guys, look who's in the chat tonight. It's my buddy Knight over at the Night Watch Zone. What's up, dude? Good to see
up,
you,
Knight?
bro. All right, bro. Glad you're here. Hope your travels went well and enjoy this week, Knight. Enjoy this week. So glad that you popped in to say hello. Stick around as long as you'd like, man. Hey, look, if you want to be on the panel, okay, you're welcome to be on the panel. I know you probably won't because I know what's going on, but just an invitation to you, Knight. Just an invitation. But thanks for being here. All right. It's always good to see Knight. It's always good to see Knight.
Heck yeah. I always love seeing Knight on the panel, especially rocking the Raider cap. Always warms my heart.
That's right. That's right. Got the Raider cap or the Buccaneers, which, you know what?
Yep.
Tom Brady went there in one season. They won a Super Bowl. Come on, man.
And now
I'm all-
Tom Brady is the minority owner of the Raiders.
He is a minority of the Raiders. That's right. That's right, dude. Hey.
It works out perfectly.
It's true. Jason Dyer with the super chat of $5. Thanks, brother. This is because Sarah Campbell, look at that, guys, is an absolutely amazing person. Please send hearts in the chat for all of our moderators. You know what, guys? Let's do that. If you're here tonight, please, send a chat in the chat. Send a heart emoji. Let's just hammer those because that's for our moderators. That's for Julie. That's for Sarah. You know, you guys are awesome. And May, and I don't think May's here, but it's for Mayanne. It's for Val. But yeah, let's just flood them with hearts just to show them you love them and that you appreciate the hard work they do here on this channel to keep this this chat as it should be. We love you guys. Sarah, Julie, I love you both. You know that. And I appreciate you so much. And look at all the hearts, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's the community that we've got here. This is so great. Absolutely love it. Jason, that's kind of you, man. Thank you, Jason, for that and for your super chat. And also, Jason coming back to back with another super chat says, Craven, please don't forget the Lethal Collective. I haven't. It's been a long time. It's been too long. Or Bathroom Stall extended remix. Please make it happen. Oh, gosh. Well, let me just say this, guys. A lot of people have been asking for the Lethal Collective again. They miss it with me, Knight, Fate, and Jake. And listen, I miss it too. I was talking just the other day with Jake. I had Jake on the channel, and I was talking to Knight on the phone the other day. It seems like we always bring up the Lethal in some way. And so all I'm going to say is the two words I often say. I know it's frustrating, but listen, stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned. Because you just never know. Stay tuned. But thank you, Jason. And the Bathroom Stall, I'll have to try to I don't know about a remix, but we might bring it out one day. And people that are like, what is he talking about? If you know, you know. And if you don't, stay tuned.
I will say this: we definitely have to get part 2 of you versus Fate on the Lethal Collective. Now that Stu is back, I gotta see this.
Yeah, buddy,
got to see this.
That's almost a paid admission event. If you paid the door. Oh, no, I'm joking, but I hear you, Marcus. Jeff coming in with a super chat. Thank you, brother, for the $5 for the channel. I said the Scream 4 because all the kills were gutted them as a signature move. It's Stu's true. It's Stu's move, man. You're absolutely right. That's why I say that Olivia kill. If Stu was killing, that's the one. I think that's really the one. If he wasn't just masterminding it. But thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Johnny King coming in with another $5 super chat tonight. Says it could be Stu is badly injured since Scream 1 and is getting better due to modern medicine. So he could only kill sporadically in previous films. Ooh, that's interesting idea. Like he gets enough energy up to go for one kill and then he's going to hang back and oversee it. Yeah.
Or like a puppet master.
Like a puppet master. There you go. What do you
Kinda
guys
like
think
Michael
about that
LaCory.
idea? What's that?
Kind of like Michael Myers with Corey Cunningham.
Don't do that.
Exactly. That's right. He transferred it.
Yep.
Transferred his essence into Corey.
I'm showing you the way how to do this. Now,
That's
have
right.
at it.
I mean, look, he was his mentor so much to the fact that that Michael Myers got to ride on his motorcycle and to kill the doctor and the nurse. So hey, they're riding around town on their motorcycle together, bro. I mean, come on, man.
I now wish we would have got that scene.
I do. Yeah, I do too. Look, Halloween Ends. It's not a bad movie, but it's got some problems. All right, that's all I say.
It's well made,
but it's definitely well made.
It's just got some story issues.
Yeah, there's some. Like I say, Michael Myers. Could you just see Michael Myers on the back of a motorcycle holding the guy's waist? Could you just see him driving around town, going to the doctor's house and chopping off the motorcycle? Come on, bro.
He'd be standing on the pegs. No, there'd be no reason. He'd just be standing on the pegs, just looking straight faced the whole time.
It'd be just like on Top Gun, take my breath away.
Hey, look, that's what Corey was feeling after the essence of Michael was transferred.
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh, if Knight is still in the chat.
Be in the middle of him like choking somebody, take my breath away. He'd be like choking him.
Oh, could you imagine hearing that? Oh my Lord. That would be a Wayans Brothers version of a spoof of Halloween. That's what they would do. Something like that.
Yep.
But seriously, guys, let's give Johnny his super chat's worth here of our feedback. So, what do you think about this idea, Marcus? Could it be that Stu only killed sporadically because he was still getting better over time?
I think after one, I think if he faked his death and if it's how I believe it happened, Roman helped him. I don't think it would take that long for him to heal, because he suffered a couple stab wounds and yes, he did get a TV to the face. So he might need a little surgery and stuff like that. But I don't think it would take so many years for him to fully recover. I really don't, especially if we do think that Roman, helped him fake his death and stuff. You got to think Roman had money and Stu had money too. They both had money.
Yep.
So to get to a faster recovery wouldn't be that difficult and stuff.
Okay.
I personally feel like I don't want to say he didn't kill sporadically, but I do think that he was involved in some shape, way, or form in every single sequel since the first. The only time I will say that I think he did kill for sure would have to be 5 with Dewey.
So say that again. So you say the only time you think he did actively kill, is that what you said?
Yes, is in 5 with Dewey.
Got it. Okay. It makes sense. Destin, what do you think about this, man? Do you think that that had anything to do with it? Because Marcus is saying no, probably not the health. He's probably got over that, maybe a year or two later, right? And then maybe, well, go ahead. I got thoughts on it, but I want you to go first.
Yeah, I kind of think of it like he's more, like I said, like a puppet master. He's more like he likes to be in control a little bit. I would like to see. I think that Dewey kill definitely, but I also feel like when it comes to like some of the legacy characters, he's like, no, that one's mine. Like if Gale was to die or anybody from the originals, that he wants to take that final blow. I think back to when Billy's mom says, I got a little knife happy. I think that Stu would want a little knife happy from time to time to kind of scratch that itch. But for the most part, I think all the legwork is from the newer cast, the younger cast. I think I could see him being more that way, but I don't see him taking this many years to heal. I don't see that. Even if he did heal earlier more than later, I still see him being more just like a puppet master. He's Jigsaw.
Yep. Yeah, and I lean towards that as well. I think that it's a great question, Johnny. It's a good thought. It really is. But my thinking on it as well is that after he did heal from everything, because remember, he was only stabbed, and I say this only like in the real life, in the real world, it's a lot. But if you think about it, though, it's only 4 times, guys. I mean, and none of those stabs were in critical areas. They weren't heart, like, in the heart. They weren't on the side where you're splitting open a lung. And, these stabs were in places that are very survivable, very survivable.
Yeah.
And the TV, you got to remember, guys, on the TV, he had both hands up like this. So when that TV came down, he already was embracing the impact. So having said that, I think it would not take that as long to heal from all of that. It would take some time, but I think give him a year to really get. It may not even take a year, but I'll say a year or 2, even if you want to go that far. And as Jeff just said, Chad was stabbed 45 times and he can survive it.
Right.
It was 27, but it's the same point. Same point. But all of Stu's wounds, guys, are healable. So I think he probably healed up in a year or 2. And then I believe at that point he said, you know what? I am going to be in control. You're not going to see me, but I'm going to be pulling the strings, man. And that's what he did. And he got back with Roman. He said, Roman, here's the deal, man. And they got together and he helped Roman in Scream 3. And the rest is history. We go on from there. He has, as you say, the puppet master. I like to say the mastermind. It's all the same. Mm-hmm. So that's my thoughts on it. So Johnny, thanks for your super chat. Great question. Great way of thinking. I love it. Jason Dyer with a super chat says, does anyone believe fate helps Stu? No. Absolutely not. That's funny. Jeff Hill coming in with another super chat says they'll go back to the Stu house, kidnap Sydney's daughter. So she okay. Oh, no, that's good. That's good. That's even better than the theory of like trying to lure Sydney back, or even with and just my opinion, this even beats Martha Meeks. Because if you're gonna take her daughter, come on.
I got an idea.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm thinking what Roman did with Gale and Dewey in Scream 3 and it's like taunting Sydney saying like they're right inside, take a look. And that's her daughter inside the Stu house instead. That would be wild.
Dude.
To lure her in. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I like that.
Dude, you like that, Marcus? About
I do.
Kidnapping? Yeah.
That's good, man.
I would also like them to add the line, especially if it's like a phone call or an AI message or something. Remember like what Roman said in Scream 3 when Sydney was like, how do I know like that their voices are real? How do you know they're real? How do you know that you're not hearing things? How do you know that I'm not someone in your head? Deep down, like I love that one. So I would love to hear that in that moment too. Man, that's a great idea. They take her daughter and now she is forced, like literally forced to have to go back home to Woodsboro. That's beautiful. I like that.
I do too. This is good. This might be the best theory we've talked about yet in terms of how to get back to Woodsboro. And guys, I have to say this connection. I just thought about this. Remember the Pine Grove Drama Club at high school is putting on the Fairy Princess play. And do you remember, guys, the central component of the Fairy Princess fairy tale is that an evil wizard kidnaps the princess. She's kidnapped, dude. And she's later freed by a magician or whatever. But the point is, there's a connection to this theory.
Yeah.
The daughter is kidnapped. I mean, the princess is kidnapped in the story. Why couldn't Tatum, it'd be an allegory for Tatum, the daughter of Sydney, kidnapped and taken away?
And remember, this fairy godmother or whatnot was a figure that was assumed dead, that wasn't, and that was alive.
This is getting better and better, guys. This is like, I need to do a whole video on this theory now, because this is just fantastic to link this stuff to the story.
Yep.
And you're right, Marcus. Yeah, absolutely. And then we have Stu Macher, or Matthew Lillard rather, himself, when asked about Scream 7, he's like, maybe I'll come back as the fairy godmother. Dude, I'm telling you, that was intentional. I never believed that was a joke. I think he knew we would all think it was a joke because we didn't know about this story, this fairy princess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But thanks to my good buddy Eric, who's on the scene, on location where they filmed Pine Grove, Indiana, saw the poster in the movie theater, and there it was, this fairy princess, and it all connects. Jeff, you know what? I should get you like a star, or send you a special star or something for theory of the night thus far. Although we still got some time to go. You guys love this? What do you think? What do you think about this? Isn't it great?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think that, just with the whole drama club and everything, do you think that like we're going to get something similar like Scream 2, like where we're on the stage, like that's where the finale takes place? Like,
so say it one more time. I'm processing everything.
Like with the drama club, like where they're going to do the show, the fairy princess or whatever. Do you think that that's where we're going to end up in the climax? Like we're going to be on a stage again?
Okay. I do. I believe that's going to be the third act. And also, if you guys happen to catch my video of the images, the exclusive images that I posted, there's that shot of all the cast and director chairs, those chairs they all sit on, and there's two monitors. And they're in the distance. So I had to blow it up. I don't know how many times the size to try to see what's on the screens. Well, if you look at the screen on the left, I wish I had it. I could pull it up. But here's the bottom line. The screen on the left, you can see they're in a theater. You see seats. You see that it's like they're on a stage. And it looks to me like it's an unmasked ghost face standing on the stage with blonde hair. And remember this, Marcus? I see you're shaking your head. And there's what looks to be another ghost face at the front row.
Yep.
And it's all happening in this theater. And the first thing I thought of is, there it is. This is the reveal of the end of the movie. So I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it sure looked like it. So I think, Destin, your point of, is it going to happen in a theater? I think it is. I'm actually convinced it is right now. That's what I think.
Yeah, like the town theater. Like it's not like not part of a school or anything.
No, it's in that theater where they have it, the poster, which is actually in the town.
Okay.
And Marcus, what do you think about that, dude? Do you think it's going to end there too?
I do. I remember you posted that video, and you got that as best as you could catch it.
That's right.
And all I could think of is that's a blonde-haired chick who's Ghostface.
Yes, it is.
But another thing that I'm processing too, what if, because remember the original concept for Scream 3 was the Woodsboro Cinema Club was supposed to basically fake their deaths and reveal
Yes.
themselves as Ghostface. What if these kids who are a part of this play do the same thing?
They could. They could all be getting killed in the theater. You think they're getting killed in the theater. And then when Sydney's in there, all of a sudden these kids all stand up and walk in and they're all in Ghostface robes.
It's kind of like Cry Wolf. It's kind of like the movie
Yes.
Cry Wolf. Yeah.
Yes, dude. The cult is revealed as they all
Oh,
come out of
man.
costumes. Oh,
And that's what makes it beautiful, especially in setting up Stu's return for Scream 8, because even if the cult is revealed in Scream 7, then that means Stu could be a solo killer in 8.
oh, he could, yeah. Maybe he says, you know what? This is my crowning achievement. Now I'm done with the cult. Now I'm gonna finish it myself.
You know, sometimes you just got to finish things yourself when others can't get it
Yep.
done.
That's right. That's true. Destin, are you down for this kind of thinking here, or what do you think? You think it's something?
I mean, like, it would fit for a Scream movie, but is it what I want? No, I feel like it's been there, done that
okay.
twice. Because 6 was kind of like that, even though it was a shrine, it was still kind of like a
Right.
stage, and then 2 was like that, and I could see that. I could see it happening. And I like the idea of everybody coming out and like faking their deaths. I like that. I just want a different setting for the climax because I want to feel something different, a different setting. Give me a rooftop. Give me a hotel. I don't know. Like, give me something that just
Something
has something different. You can have a moment near the climax where you think this, there's always like, that's not the actual climax. This is the climax, the after party, like they did in Scream 4. You thought the Stabathon was the climax, but it's really the after party. They could do like a double climax type of thing,
Speaking of something new, and we got 50 people in the chat, and I bet some of you have not seen my video about this, and you guys may have missed it because you guys have been super busy. But I know for a fact, I got inside information, and my source got it from a member of the production team on foot at the shooting site. And they said, the production crew member said that a ghost face is going to be killed outdoors, outside.
Mm.
And it's going to be done outside, and we've never had, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm missing it, maybe I'm missing it, but I don't believe we've ever had an outside reveal of Ghostface. I don't think it's ever happened. Right? No, I'm thinking through.
In terms of them being killed off, no. The only outside reveal we ever got was Jason Carvey, but he wasn't killed off.
No, that's right.
Well,
You're right.
no.
Huh?
You're forgetting Charlie when he stabbed Kirby.
Well, that's true, but it wasn't a true Ghostface. Well, it was a true Ghostface reveal, I guess, but I almost think I gotta go back to my own video. My brain scrambled. I believe it might have been a daytime reveal.
That's what I was just about to say. Because no, you did say that in the video. I remember watching that video.
Thank you,
Yes.
Marcus. Yes,
It's a daytime kill. It's supposed to happen, I would assume, around about Sydney's coffee shop, something close to there.
Could be
Something like that. Or
It's
whatnot.
happening in the downtown square for sure.
Yes. And no, we haven't gotten a Ghostface reveal, one who's killed outdoors before. We have never
That's
gotten
right.
that. Like, yeah, Charlie
Yeah.
was outside of Kirby's house, but in public. Like in public. That's what makes
That's
this
right.
one different.
And it was not a reveal to the protagonist.
Yes.
It was revealed to the audience, us the viewers.
Yes.
Sydney still had no idea.
Right.
The reveal for Sydney was Jill in the costume and then Charlie.
Yep.
She got just so technically, I think that's even my caveat, Marcus, in the video that there's never been an outside reveal in daylight
Mm-hmm.
for the protagonist, the other characters, and
Yeah, because Charlie grabbed up Sydney from behind, and then Sydney elbowed him and tried to get away, and then that's when Jill was revealed when she took off the mask and stabbed Sydney.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yep.
So this is a very first time in the franchise, guys. We're going to get a costume reveal, masking off in the daylight outside in the downtown square. And I can tell you something else that I know from inside because I've actually got the actual movie clips of it from them shooting the scene.
Oh wow.
And I'm in my possession right now. And there is a chase scene, which I will not reveal who it is, but I know the character who's being chased to Sydney's coffee shop, but it's at nighttime.
Ooh.
It's not daytime. It's a nighttime shoot in a chase scene. So whatever the reveal is, it's not going to be done in that scene at least. So I'm just saying, guys, this will be a first, a reveal outside, and it makes me think that's one of the ghost faces, not all of them. One of them gets caught outside, and maybe that one gets caught and they think it's over.
Maybe
Like,
they get
okay,
gunned down by the cops or
maybe
something.
that could be cops rolling up and just bang, 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 and everybody's like, "Oh, yay! We're safe now." And we come to find out they're far from safe.
Mhm.
So, what do you guys think about that, man? A daytime reveal. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Something new.
I think it would be really cool to play on that. Like if we are going the cult route, maybe one of the Ghostface sacrifices themselves to kind of lead them
Ooh,
off their track.
yeah.
Like that's how crazy they were, and they
That's how
chase
obsessed they
them.
are, right? With the cult.
Yeah. But they get killed, and then it's like, oh, you think everything's okay, but then we go into the real climax and everything. So
That's right. Whew, Jeff, thanks for the super chat. And Jeff, look here, man. Jeff gifted a membership. That is so awesome, bro. Thank you. Helping to keep the community growing, Jeff, with the gifted membership. Thank you so much for your generosity, man. And hey, real quick too, I just want to, and I got some super chats coming in. Don't worry, but I have to bring this up real quick is before we keep moving. But Sarah made a good point. She's like, I love this idea. So basically, Gail's going to be killed. Well, what she's saying is Gail wrote the book, this terrible book about Sydney's mom, right? It's what started it. So what's more poetic than being killed going out saving her daughter? Think about that. Isn't that cool? So you're Sydney. She's kind of destroyed your life about her mother, but she dies to save your daughter. It's almost like saying, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna let it happen again. I'm not gonna let this happen. I love this theory. I think it's a wonderful theory.
Yeah, that would definitely put Gail on top. Like that would really like have the fans like really liking her at the end of it.
Right.
Absolutely. We would all be streaming together saying, you know what? Maybe I wasn't the biggest Gail fan, or maybe I was for a while, but she changed. But I respect that character. And I love that character now. Like I love her because of what she did here. And it would almost like lock in her legacy in the franchise as being the ultimate arc, from being this self-absorbed in Scream 1, just self-absorbed fanatic, if you will, and all the way at the end to becoming someone that will sacrifice themselves for somebody else. That's an incredible arc as a character, guys, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Man, Sarah, I think you gave me another video idea. That's 2 ideas now that I think I got to do a video on.
I think that they should. I think if they, with all this, with Sydney's daughter and all that kind of stuff, I think they need to like a theme of the movie needs to be generational trauma. Like, I really think that they need to like double down on that, and it needs to be protective of Sydney's kids, of not having to take this legacy on.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, that would be quite a shift. And I like that.
Talking about this stuff, it's got my brain just.
I know. Me too.
Processing.
Well, the funny thing is, we'll start talking about a topic here in the super chat, and in the middle of talking, a new idea sparks.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
that sparked another idea, and then that sparked another idea, and that's what's. I mean, guys, look, I don't care. Look, and I have all the cable. I have all the streaming places. I subscribe to everything. There is not better entertainment than what's going on right now on this channel. This is, if you're a Scream fan, and I'm not trying to say this to be self-granular or whatever the word is. I'm not saying that, but as a Scream fan, I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yes.
And this is far more entertaining than anything on Netflix. I'm telling you, this is good stuff, man.
Heck yeah. And I must say, for me, especially like me and Destin's been streaming, doing live watch parties and stuff, and I've been getting stuff back up on my channel. This feels like a return to form, and it feels good.
Yes, it does.
It feels liberating. Like,
that's awesome, Marcus. I'm glad you feel that way, man. Seriously, I do. I'm enjoying. I am loving it. I'm just loving this time. I'm so glad we did this, man. Drusif, what's up, Drew? Member for 7 months now. That's crazy already. Sending all the love as always. Can't wait for Scream 7. No matter what happens. Hey, me too. At the end of the day, whatever it is, I'm ready to see it. I'm excited about it.
yes.
Hey, Paula. Paula sent in a super chat. Paula suggests Tatum being targeted due to being named after a legacy death. I mean, let me put it this way. If you're in the Sidney Prescott bloodline and you're named Tatum, I'm already coming out the gate scared to death for my life. Because everybody knows who Tatum is if you know who Sidney is. So
yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if like the theme of it is like the killer is killing people in the same way as Scream 1, and we know Tatum's death is this garage, and like we see her daughter like go into the garage for something, and maybe she has like a little attack or something.
That's where she's kidnapped.
There you go. There you go. See, there goes another idea off of an idea.
I'm telling you, man, there's lots of woos tonight on the panel from me and everybody else. This is good stuff.
All I have to say is Isabel May. I don't know if y'all know her as an actress. She is a leading lady. She is awesome. I am so happy to see that this is like, I could actually see her taking over the franchise. Like,
wow.
Like handing over the mantle. Like, if you've seen her in Yellowstone or what's it called? She was in this like it was kind of like Die Hard in a school where there was like a bunch of school shooters, but she had to hide in like the vents.
Oh my gosh.
And she was having to take these like terrorists, like the kids that came in with guns, like she had to take them out one by one. She's awesome in that. She has action chops. Like, she's awesome.
Ooh, okay. I'm glad to hear that because I am not familiar with her work. So
it's called like Live, Hide, Fight or something like that. Thomas Jane is her dad, and he's like a sniper. And man, it's great. It's great. Anyways.
Well, hey, just real quick, I want to. No, that's awesome to know. That gets me even more excited that you have that opinion, because I'm going in as a wild card. I don't know what to expect. So, but I want to say goodnight here real quick to a couple of folks. Johnny Keen's got to head out. See you on the next one, Johnny. Absolutely. And Super Tenor's got to run. So Super Tenor, good night to you, my friend. I'll look for you on the next stream. Have a great one, buddy. All right. Marcus, do you have any comments about this before we move on?
I agree. Tatum is definitely I initially thought that Tatum could end up pulling a Jill. But now the more that we talk about it and the fact that we already got Scream 8, I think it would be too predictable for Kevin and Guy to go in that direction. So I think that Tatum is going to be a target, and I really like the idea of her being kidnapped as a way to go back to Woodsboro.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do too. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that out of my mind now as far as my working theory.
Right.
I think that's going to be the one. Paula, thank you for the super chat. I much appreciate it. And I think you're onto something, Paula. I really do. I do. All right. And let's see. Hey, real quick hello to Kay. What's up, Kay? Kay's joining the stream. Good to see you, Kay. Glad you could make it. We're sitting back talking Scream 7. So glad to have you here. All right. What else do we got? We got some more super chats, a couple of more super chats to get to. And Jason, I know Hollywood guy, what's up, bro? Thanks for your super chat. What if Sydney's daughter is in college at Woodsboro and one ghost face attacks there, making Sydney go back to save her daughter? Okay, well, let's think this through now because we know she's in high school. All right, so that's for sure. She's definitely not in college yet. But you could end Scream 7 with her graduation, or not necessarily showing it, but she could be graduating at the end of 7, and she's all excited because she got into blank college, and you see Sydney escort her there to the college to say goodbye. She gives her a hug and a kiss. She takes her bags and luggage, whatever. Sydney drives off, and then she goes into her dorm room, and there's either a note waiting for her, or she gets a call on her cell phone when she gets into her dorm, and she's like, hello? It's like, you think things are over, huh? Or something, just some kind of comment like, you're next, right? Or whatever. And that's how the cliffhanger ends. That's another way you could do that, right? I could see that kind of being the only way I can think of to do college in the movie, is to end it that way. What do you guys think? Destin.
Let's say Destin, go first.
Yeah.
I think the way that they should go about it, I can't see her going to Windsor College or something, or maybe, or it's Woodsboro, right? They're wanting to go to college.
Yeah, he's suggesting a college like in Woodsboro area.
Yeah. I was thinking in my head, like, it would have been funny if, like, she's like, Mom, I got accepted. Like, after the whole aftermath, like, I finally got accepted, and she sees it's Windsor College. She's like, nope, and rips it up. Like, I think that would be cool.
That's actually good. I like that.
Yeah. But going to Woodsboro, I don't know. I feel like I think that would be worse than Windsor College. I think she'd be like, hell to the no. Like on that one.
You, right?
I forbid. Yeah, you're not going at all.
Right.
But maybe we go somewhere different. You know, we can go to I don't know, anywhere. We can go anywhere,
right?
Yeah, just like this one's a different setting. If we're going to go into a different setting, I'd like it to be something completely different.
Okay,
give us some new scenery.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. But Marcus, what do you think, man? Could this be a way? I think Hollywood guy was trying to get it back to Woodsboro through this, but I think it would be very hard. For her to go to Woodsboro. Yeah, it's like,
especially if we're ending on a cliffhanger and she's 16. She's 16. So then by the time we get to Scream 8, she'll only be 17. Not saying, she couldn't have graduated early and got into college. But just, we don't know if there's any colleges in Woodsboro as it is.
True.
You know what I mean? So I just can't see that happening. And like Destin said, I think Sydney would forbid her. You're not going there. You know what I mean? I get the idea and the want to have a way to lure Sydney back to Woodsboro. I just think the way to do it is what was said by Jeff earlier, which is you kidnapped the princess and then Sydney's got to go. You know what I mean? Now I got to go get my daughter from Woodsboro.
No choice.
That could be like the ending shot, like Sydney gets a phone call. Like you think that her daughter's at college at some other state. And then you get a phone call and it's Ghostface, like FaceTime, and it's like, I got somebody that you want to see. And he turns the camera on her daughter tied up and knocked out or something. Boom, the movie ends.
That's it.
And that's it.
I like that. A lot. I love the flow of ideas tonight. This is so great.
Oh, and talking Star Wars, that is it. The run, hide, fight.
I was going to mention that. I just saw that. Yep. That's it.
She's the lead and she is awesome in it. Isabel.
All right. I'm going to make sure and watch that because I want to see her like in
You're gonna-
performing. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, check it out.
All right. Hollywood guy, thanks for the super chat to support the channel. And you know what? You never know. Your theory might be right on or maybe a little off, but it can still happen. Jason Dyer with a super chat. Thank you, brother. Says breaking news. Lethal Collective, the return of the Lethal. The week Scream 7 comes out. Oh, now that would be pretty epic, guys. Reunite the Lethal Collective that week. Oh, who was right? I'm telling you, man, that I could see that. Like, I would love to do that. I'm on record.
I'll be waiting right in the chat for y'all to come on, especially you and Fate. I love you, Knight. I love you, Knight, and I love you, Jake. But my eyes are going to be solely focused on Steven and Fate, man. I'm sorry. I got to get round 2 of that debate.
It's going to be epic. I'm telling you, it will be one for the ages, my friend. I have no doubt. And then he says, who was right, Craven, or who was right? Craven or Fate about Stu? Oh, let's go.
It's
yeah,
obvious.
buddy.
Heck yeah.
I think it's obvious.
Man. I think it is, man. I do. I think that the things have laid out and kind of just shown for themselves where we're at, you know. So this is a great time. If you've been on the fence, this is a great time to get on the Stu train, don't you think, guys?
Mhm.
Let's
Absolutely.
get this, because it's rolling, guys. In fact, it's rolling right on the screen.
Hi, it's Nancy Ann Ritter, the girl in bathroom from Scream, and I am on the Stu train. Stu, Stu!
Hello, listener. This is Mike Vaughn, and you're on the Stu Train.
Yeah, Marcus is rocking out.
Doing the air guitar and all. Let's go.
Oh, thank you, Jason, for your super chat. You know what, guys? We've got a lot of super chats, and I haven't stopped to play a clip. So I think it's time to play a couple of special super chat clips that, you know, because we like to do that. You know, that's how I roll here on the channel. So,
Right.
you know, let's look at a situation where, you know, there's a lot of single guys out there, right? That are nice. Destin's raising his hand. He's one of them. All right, Destin. There's some single guys.
I'm single and ready to mingle.
Single and ready to mingle. And you know what, Destin? Good news, buddy. I have.
Oh, hold on. Did I just set myself up for something?
Dude, you know what? No, you set yourself up for love because I have some amazing candidates that you can actually look and choose from. So if you're single out there, here are some ladies just might be your soulmate.
Hi, I'm Linda. Well, you know, when I'm not using my doctor and pharmacy to troubleshoot a large healthcare computer system, I'm over at the gym pumping iron or driving my black Porsche with the wind blowing through my hair and singing along with Anita Baker's Rapture of Love.
I guess you could say I'm an Oreo cookie freak. I have an Oreo cookie jar, Oreo salt and pepper shakers. I like to collect anything with an Oreo on it. And I love to eat double stuffed ones. They're the best.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I live in the West San Fernando Valley. Pardon me.
Hi, I'm Jana. I'm looking for... I'm not sure.
Hello, my name is Ellen. Some people call me sexy. Others say I'm sensuous.
I mean, Destin, there are some ladies there for you to think about, my friend, right there.
Next.
What he was walking himself into.
I had no idea. And I just
You already knew, didn't you, Marcus? I didn't know what I was walking into.
I've seen this on the stream the other day, and I lost my mind.
Oh, that was perfect. That
All
was
right,
so
I'm
good.
taking. I'm taking.
No, dude. When you raised your hand, I'm like, yeah, let's go, baby. It's so good. But listen, man, just so you don't feel, kind of funny about anything, I'm gonna play one more clip. We'll
Oh
get away
God.
from the ladies, okay? And honestly, I think Destin, you were probably feeling this shocked when you watched those ladies, just like this guy here. I mean, what in the I'm just saying. I think that was such an expression of shock. I said, "There's Destin right there, man."
Oh
That's what he's
man.
Oh
feeling.
man, that was great. Oh man,
I'm gonna shut up.
he's literally like,
I talk too much.
Oh, Destin. No, man. This is fun,
oh
man. This is good
man,
stuff. Good stuff. Oh my
That
good
was a
gosh.
good
stuff for
laugh.
sure.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
tell
hey,
you enjoyed that one, Marcus.
Marcus was digging that big time. And you know what? So was Jason. In fact, Jason recommended one of them. He said, Destin, you
Oh,
should date
good
Ellen.
grief.
All right, here you go. And listen, man, the lady with the chocolate cake, I wish what's going on with that chocolate cake? She never talked. We didn't get to see her talk about the cake.
I'm
But
allergic.
obviously she wants you to know she's a baker, I guess, trying to go to Sweet Tooth. I don't know.
Dude,
Got me.
I'm allergic.
It makes me break out. I like chocolate ice cream. I'm an ice cream guy.
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
man, let's go.
Let's do it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Jason.
Oh Lord. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Let's take a look here. Russell had a question earlier, and he said, "Do you think it's possible for one of Sid's daughters to be a ghost face?" Ooh, I got thoughts, but Marcus, let's start with you, and we'll go around.
Yeah, I initially thought that Tatum could be like the new Jill, you know, especially with the rumors of her, boyfriend kind of being like this techie nerd type stuff, like with the AI stuff or with computers. I kind of got the idea, okay, maybe he could be a Trevor.
Yep.
But man, I feel like Kevin knows and Guy, they know that we know what Kevin wanted to do before. So even if they do implement some of the stuff that Kevin wanted to do before, they're not going to go full swing with it. In regards to like how Jill was supposed to be, we were going to follow Jill in Scream 5,
Right.
basically as a killer and stuff like that. So now I've kind of backed off of that. I feel like they're going to basically kind of have Tatum be the new Sydney, and she won't be a new Jill. And I think Sydney's daughters, I think they're like the other two or whatever. They're younger.
They're younger. They are.
Yeah.
They're not in high school or anything.
I can't see the younger ones, obviously. The only one would be Tatum, and I'm now leaning off of that. I don't think Tatum will be a ghost face. I think it'd be too predictable because we kind of expect what Kevin wanted to do with Scream 3 and with Scream 5, going into Scream 7 and Scream 8. So with that being said, I think having her be the new Jill would be far too predictable. And again, I like the idea. She gets kidnapped and we take her to Woodsboro.
That's the one. That's the winner for the night, I think.
That
so
is.
far. Yeah. Destin, you have any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't want to see Sid's daughter. I don't want to see Isabel May being a killer. Like, is she capable? Yeah, I think that you could, but it's another thing that we've been there, kind of done that with Jill. If you're going to go that route and you're going to make her a red herring near the end of the movie, a little bit where like maybe Sid's doubting her, I'm okay with that. Like, is she or is she not? But then it'd be her best friend. But even a crazier idea is Jill comes in.
Ooh.
And because you got to think about, like, Kevin Williamson knows his audience. Like, we're going to be thinking those similar beats. We're going to be thinking about the reveal, and we're all thinking, is it her daughter? No, it's actually Jill. Like,
wow,
like, and she's back. And maybe we
Okay.
maybe we get her in this one, and then Stu in the next one.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Cliffhanger ending though, tying Stu into it. So we had that cliffhanger, right?
Right.
They've both been electrocuted to the head.
Bro.
So they're both even more loonier now than they were.
That's true.
That is something I do want to bring up real quick.
Yep. Go ahead.
I don't know if you caught Mason's interview. I forget the guy's name or whatever. I have to send you the link, Steven. But one of Mason's interviews when basically it was announced he was coming back and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about Matthew and he talked about Scott Foley and what they're planning to do with them in Scream 7. And something that really stood out to me was that he said, when you look at Matthew's character in Scream 1996, compared to what they're doing with him in Scream 7, you'll realize that in Scream 1996, Stu's character was more grounded.
That's right.
So that tells me that Stu is going to be off the hinges, and that's what I want.
Yes. Dude, I remember that. I do remember that now. He's going to be more, he's going to make, what do you say? Say that again. Him in 96 was
more grounded.
Grounded.
Yes.
Bro. Okay.
Yep.
Destin, you had something you wanted to add?
The only thing I don't want, the only thing when Stu is revealed early on or later on, whichever it does, I don't want him to feel like Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't want that version of Stu.
Like expand on what you mean.
Have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's? I
have. I've seen it like 3 times.
The way he acts when stuff is going down, I don't want. That's not my Stu. Even though like he did great in that, but I don't want Stu acting like that in my Scream movie.
No, I want him to be bat blank crazy, man. I mean, I want him to be so aggressive.
Got a little bit of charisma though, too. He's got a little bit of charisma.
And he does. Absolutely. I think he'll obviously he's he'll be a lot older, but he still has that component in his personality. And what's better than a charismatic, brutal killer? I mean, it's like two opposites coming together. Yeah, buddy. Good, Russell. Good stuff. Let's hang on a second. My mouse is acting up. Okay. Talking Star Wars, that comment earlier, and says we should make Scream 7 bingo cards online so we can have our own separate predictions. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Come up with some.
That would be cool.
In like January, I'll be doing my traditional final predictions live stream, and I'll make up not a card, but virtually I will make up the suspects list that I have, and I will slowly reveal an X if they're not going to be the killer. Then I'll reveal a check mark if I think they're going to be the killer. It's really, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we could all do a stream like that where we come together and we do a final predictions on who the killer or / killers will be. So talking Star Wars, we're going to do something like that here. But there's some way I'm sure you can go online and find something. You could modify it and print it out if you want to do it on paper. Or, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can do online. So I'm sure it's out there. Love the idea, but I can't wait for the final predictions. That's going to be a blast, bro. Sarah's coming in saying, we've done the family member too much now. I don't think Kevin would would do that to the character of Sydney. She's been through so much. Yeah. I'm talking about Tatum being the killer. I agree.
Yeah. I think that would take away everything of that character too. Like it's her daughter. She named her Tatum. Like this needs to be somebody that lives on.
Yes. 100%. And if you put her as Ghostface, she's gonna die or at least be imprisoned. And that's no good. All right. So here's the deal, guys. It's time for us to leave and end the stream. But you know what? Let me ask you guys this. If we get let's say, how many super chats do you think we should do? Are you guys willing to extend the stream a little longer? Let's say 30 minutes longer.
I already set my misery stream for 10:30 plus, so we're good if that happens.
I'm with both you guys tonight, so
Okay.
I'm down.
So I'm gonna, I don't want to pick the number. All right. I want to put this into your hands. So you tell me what you think. Well, how many super chats should we get in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes to extend the stream?
Say about 5.
I'd say 5.
You guys think 5? Okay.
Yeah.
I think 5's
All right.
doable for 30 more minutes.
Okay, guys. All right. Listen, I let my guests pick.
10 for an hour.
Huh?
5 for 30, 10 for an hour.
Ooh. Interesting. Let's see. How about this? Because I don't think I can do an hour. What about this? 5 for 30 minutes? 7 for 45 minutes.
There you go.
That works.
Does that work?
That works.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go, guys. So if you guys would like to extend this stream, then I let Destin pick it and Marcus picked it. 5 super chats will get you 30 minutes. And that's a good chunk. It's a good chunk of time. If you want to go out a little bit longer, 7 super chats we'll go 45. So there you go, guys. It's in y'all's hands. If you guys are ready for the stream to end, we'll end it here in about the next 5 minutes. All right, we'll give you time to send super chats. So I'll give you 10 minutes. And if we don't have our numbers, then we'll stop. But we're having such a good time. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll throw it. I wanted to throw it out there. So, all right. Having said that, all right, guys. So we got 10 minutes starting now. So that gets us to 9:20. If we get 5.
We got
Marco.
one.
Oh yeah, Jeff Hill just popped up. Jeff Hill's got here's 1, so we need 4 more to go 30 minutes. And while we're waiting, guys, I have 2 words for you. Marco Beltrami.
Oh,
Marcus, you start us off, buddy. Marco is back. It's done.
man, I'll be honest with you, and I'm not much of a dancer. When we got that news, I start busting moves all in this house. I did not care. I was so happy because, man, I felt like nothing against Brian Tyler. His scoring is not for Scream.
Mm-mm.
It's not. The score for Scream has a certain essence to it. It has a certain feel to it, and that's what Marco brings to the table. Like the score for Scream is so good, they had to use it in Halloween H2O.
That's right, buddy.
That's how good that score was. So like now that Marco's back, especially because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think we got Sydney's theme in Scream 5.
We only did when she opened the door to Stu's house.
Yes.
It played for 10 seconds, and it was
gone. Yeah, that's right. But it just didn't, I don't know. It just didn't feel like Marco was. It didn't feel like Marco's, you know what I mean? And then the chase scene.
It should have lingered.
Like the chase scene scoring, like especially in the opening of '96, when Stu or whoever's chasing Casey, that and then it drops, and then it drops. I've always loved his scores because you get that intensity, and then it goes to that low creep, that low suspense, and it's just like it kind of makes you want to just be like you're hiding and you're like looking and stuff like, where's the killer at? You know what I mean? One of those.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, I'm so thrilled to have Marco Beltrami back, man. It's can February just hurry up already? Or can they just, maybe push the release date a little forward, bring it into this year? Come on.
Yes, dude. I feel you, man. Trust me. When I saw the news that it was official, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not only going to feel like a Scream movie, it's going to sound like a Scream movie.
Yes.
And Destin, your thoughts, dude, on the great Marco.
Man, I love this. The only thing that would top it off is Patrick Lussier being in editor's chair. It'd be perfect. But with Marco being back, I want to see one of those shots like in Scream 1 and Scream 2 where all the news is out front of the school and that just beat comes down, you know, and we're just getting that panning across the entire like schoolyard. And then the same thing in Scream 2 that we got, you know, it did the same thing. And it was just like, man, that's what's missing. Like he knows. And I want it to be, I want him to do some new stuff, but I want the original stuff there too. I want Sydney's that, you know, like when
that has to be in it. That's too destined.
That her theme. Oh my goodness. Like, and I don't just tickle me with it. Like, give me it. Let me live in the moment for a moment. Just like she doesn't have to. There doesn't have to be any like. There doesn't have to be any dialogue. It just has to be her just locking up the house or walking around or pondering amongst the distance. You know, just in thought. I don't care. Just give it to us.
Yes. And I got to say something about Marco. I believe, I really believe this. If Marco Beltrami had scored Scream 5, I think it would have made it a much better movie just in his score.
Has anyone ever done an editing of that?
Not that I'm aware of.
That would be really cool for somebody to kind of like take on that project and do like Marco's themes throughout Scream 5 or even Scream 6.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, you know what else is awesome? We just hit the super chat goal with 7 super chats. You guys stepped up for 45 minutes, so that is fantastic. Thank you.
He is not playing no games. He gets this in there hot, fast and hot. Let's go.
Like, we're not going to stop. I bet, you know, honestly, I think this, if you know, we might could even, this could be a stream that could go for a long time. I think people are enjoying it in the chat. We're still at nearly 50 people here. I think that people are enjoying it, and that makes me so happy because I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as well, of course. And
absolutely, hell yeah,
man,
this is good stuff. In fact, let's get to some of those super chats. Jeff sent in $2 to help reach goal. Thank you, Jeff. Russell sent in $2 to the $2 says, "Let's get it up, Stu Train." All right. Jeff sent us another $2. Thank you, Jeff. Julie sent in $2 to help hit the goal. Russell sending in another $2 says, "Jill is still my favorite Ghostface." Ooh, I can't look, man. I don't hate you for it. Honestly, after Stu and Billy, it's Jill for me. She's my third. Jeff with another $2 super chat, and to put us at the goal of 7, Sarah. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Sent in $2 with a smiley face. I appreciate that. And so, yeah, we will finish it out. We will continue on the rest of the hour. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you all so much. Okay, so now we're talking about, again, we're talking about thoughts and theories for 7. So much information, guys, has come out. So we know Roman has been verified, or I should say Scott Foley, but either way, is back. We know Dewey's back, which is interesting. And of course, Matthew Lillard, and that's all it's been officially announced. My source that's really close to some people that work on the production has told me that all of them believe that Skeet Ulrich was locked up a long time ago to come back as Billy in here. So they just haven't announced it. And there's rumors that Jill has been signed on and hasn't been announced. So let's talk about what we do know. We have Roman, Stu, and Dewey. Could this be a flashback to the death of Maureen Prescott? Could we finally get the prequel opening and see what went down and see their discussions about it? Tell me what you guys think. Could this happen? Could we go back to Maureen?
I think so.
Marcus, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
We're both like waiting for me. I said, "Oh, I should have directed that."
I wasn't sure which one you wanted to start first.
That's my bad. Go ahead, Marcus.
So I think it's definitely possible. I mean, we haven't gotten any confirmation yet, but there's been rumors about Lynn McCree also supposed to be in Scream 7.
That's
so if she's in there, if she is going to be in Scream 7, I think that even makes it more likely that we are going to see a little flashback between Stu, Billy, and Roman, even though Roman basically made it sound like he didn't know Stu. This is where we will get it revealed that he did know Stu and stuff. And I don't think they're going to like go in depth, like showing the actual murder.
Yeah,
but I
right,
can
right.
see,
I don't either.
I can see them showing like the planning for it and stuff like that. And then maybe Roman's like outside, like watching the house while them two go in. And then you hear the screams and stuff like that. A Marine, you know, screaming from them killing her and all that stuff. That maybe that's how the opening starts. Remember in the original Scream, when it was cutting to, you know, the credits, it said Scream. You hear this, you know, a woman like screaming very loudly. What if they do use that as the way to open it? And it's Marine screams.
Those were, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy and kind of wicked if you think about that? Like, imagine that you're actually hearing Maureen Prescott screaming in that opening credits title. Oh, wow.
Tell you,
It would
man.
change how you watch Scream.
Yep.
If you think about it. Yeah. Destin, could it be we're going back to the ground zero where it all began?
I think that it's going to be touched upon as far as like maybe like showing like how they orchestrated the whole thing. And I don't think we're going to see the full blown, the whole kill of Maureen Prescott. I feel like they should do something like that for like a series or maybe a prequel, something of a prequel thing. I think the mystique of it, not seeing it happen, just the aftermath, is very better serviceable in the Scream franchise as the films.
Okay.
I would like to see like a perspective of like young Sydney seeing why she thought it was Cotton Weary and not Skeet Ulrich, like or Billy. Like I would like to see a little bit of connection there. Honestly, like I think that with Lynn McRae and everybody coming back, like Sydney's mom, I think it would be really cool to see Ghostface kind of use AI to taunt her with her own mom, or maybe another dream sequence. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if, like, remember the way Laurie Strode woke up from H2O, from a nightmare, she was screaming in her bed. Maybe like that shows us that like she has this nightmare of her mom, and maybe Roman is there walking up behind her mom at like a picnic table or something, and it's just like, here's mom, and like Roman kills mom again.
Oh no.
You know, and it just kind of shows where like Sydney's trauma is she's still imprisoned by it, and she's waking up screaming, and we're kind of like introduced to the character that way.
Wow. Okay.
Is that too deep? Sorry.
That's kind of like, no, it's, I mean, look, anytime we're going to go back to Maureen, it's going to be dark because of what happened. So like but no, man, I mean, all this is going through my head and I'm thinking, I like it. Like, because I like the idea of having a prequel movie. I don't know if we'll ever get it. A prequel movie about the beginning of Maureen Prescott, going into Rena Reynolds.
Like a young Marine.
Like a young Marine. We'll have to cast somebody else, obviously, but that's okay. And I like going and exploring Rena Reynolds and the whole story of how, I mean, way back, leading up in the final scenes would be her getting murdered. Like that's how it ends. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole different movie. For this one, I think it's definitely possible. With Dewey being announced, it increased in my mind, the likeliness that we could get it. I still don't, I'm not convinced we will, but I think it's possible we will get this connection going back to the beginning, because it will show Stu, the origin point with Stu, how that was working. And then you go to flashback in Scream 3. You see him, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing him there with Roman. And it's just connecting that connective thread throughout the franchise. I think it would be cool. I would love to see it. I agree. I don't want to see Maureen being murdered. I'd rather hear it and let your imagination go with what you're hearing. And you hear the screams, and the camera maybe pans out away from the house slowly, and you hear the screams. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, that's, to me, that would be the perfect way to do that scene. So, yeah, I think it's possible, and I'm really curious to see how exactly they're gonna. Again, I want to see how they're gonna do it. We gotta wait, like Marcus. We gotta wait till February. It's
I
killing me.
know.
I heard something recently, and I'm gonna plug this in real quick. And Marcus, you got it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be really dark if Neil was actually part of the killing from the beginning?
Oh, Neil.
Like
part
he,
of
like
it.
he knew, like maybe Roman got in touch with Neil,
Okay.
and maybe that was all like a stage, but Neil was actually part of it.
Oh, bro, that would be so dark.
It would, like, it'd be like an afterlife,
Gosh.
yeah, for Sydney.
Oh, her dad. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
that's, dude. It depends how dark you want to go with this story. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go there. Yeah, it's like you could make her, bro. If her dad was involved and her daughter is a ghost face, this poor woman, she would have to be institutionalized at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way. I mean, that would be so cruel. Like Stella says, that would be so cruel
It would
and
be.
mean as a writer to do that to Sydney.
Like it'd be all in the execution. Like, all right, you already
Yeah.
got your ghost face killers, but some evidence that she comes across, and it makes her realize back to that night or that time, and she realizes it, and she goes to her dad, and it's a very calm setting, sitting at the dinner table or in the kitchen, and she realizes it, and she's questioning him, and then she realizes he's lying, and then she just has to shoot him.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, Marcus, I know you got to have some ideas swirling about this, man.
No, we actually talked about this the other night, and I said something along the lines in regards to, okay, so I've always been on this kick since Scream 7 was announced that, at least in my opinion, and I know some people may not agree with this, but for me, we can't have the same old Sydney, because that can go really tired and really stale. There's already people who are like, we need to move on from Sydney. So what do you do to somewhat freshen up the character to a degree, and maybe, I don't want to say make her totally unlikable, but basically Sydney is the reason, like, why Ghostface is after her. Like, and I'm talking about because of something she did.
Okay.
Because of something that she did. So what I said was that, what if Sydney had an affair, much like Marine, or was in the process, Desmond Pitch was in the process of having an affair, to basically where that, obviously that secret got out or whatever and stuff like that. And in order to tie Neil into this in regards to why would he want to kill Sydney? Well, because she turned out to be just like her mother. He tried to shelter her from that so long, and he failed. And Destin basically came up with the idea, like, especially if Neil did have something to do with the original murder, what if basically, if Stu's alive or whatever, Neil basically and Stu are working together and stuff, and basically Neil puts Stu up to try to kill Sydney because she basically turned out just like her mother. And some people will be like, oh, well, they really haven't done too much in regards to making Sydney like Marine, and I beg to differ. Remember, Scream 2, she was trying to be an actress, just like her mother. She wanted to be just like Marine in so many ways.
Right.
She was going to be an actress. Yes.
Right.
I would say there was something else that I had too, or whatever, in regards to Sydney mirroring Marine. There has been times where Sydney has mirrored Marine multiple times throughout this franchise, and I feel like people overlook that and all that. So I personally think that you have to do something with Sydney to, I don't want to say make her unlikable, but do something different. I mean, do something different. It can't just be the same old Sydney or whatnot. But to kind of piggyback off of what Destin was saying about her nightmare like sequence, like having an H2O style nightmare sequence, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if Sydney's having a dream? And basically in this dream, we see like the camera panning throughout her coffee shop. And you hear the phone ringing. You hear the phone ringing and all that stuff. And then it zooms to Sydney's office with inside the coffee shop. Because we know this, restaurants and stuff, the managers, the owners, they have their own office. What if the camera, and sometimes they have a chalkboard or a marker boards with, goals and, assignments and all that stuff. What if it pans to Sydney's office and on this board, it says, hello, Sydney. And then it pans to her desk with a knife inside of Tatum's picture, reminiscent to Halloween H2O and Laurie's dream with the knife being in John's picture. To me, that would clearly paint the picture that Tatum is the real target of this movie.
Yep. Oh, man. Okay. Man.
We just took Steven on a whole whirlwind right now.
No, I'm like, man, this is wow. There's so much great stuff that's come into my head tonight. It's like, wow.
We've been theorizing a lot lately on our channels. Like,
put it this way, Steven. We've been getting ready for you.
I see it, bro. You guys came prepared. My gosh, it's great.
Here's the thing: it's like I don't want to see Sydney being promiscuous and cheating on her husband and doing all that. I look at her as pure, but I would think it would be wise, like maybe there's somebody at her job or maybe a law enforcement officer or whatever. Somebody that seems attracted. There's a sense of attraction between her and somebody else that Ghostface knows about and toys her with and plays on it and says, you're just like your mother, you blah, 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 blah. So somebody knows her little secret. She hasn't cheated, but she knows that Ghostface kind of toys with her about it. I think that would be the more better approach to do because I think that Sydney's too strong to actually fall into those same footsteps because Maureen was traumatized from a situation.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Sydney hasn't experienced that, and we're not going to say it right here, but but I did. Okay. And then we'll move on. I got one more thing. You did say the coffee shop. I did say, wouldn't it be wild? And I want to hear Steven's. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Wouldn't it be wild? The aftermath, everything is okay. Coffee shop's back up running. Her daughter Tatum is running it, and it's like a Starbucks, right? And like orders up, and she hands the cup to somebody, and you hear someone saying like, "Thanks," and he's just like, "I knew your mom," and the camera pans from her daughter to Stu. He's like, "I'll see you around," and walks out this coffee shop.
Bro, man.
And that's the end of the movie.
Whoa. Now that is a cliffhanger right there, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just showing that he was there the whole time, and he's just like he just bought a coffee from her daughter and just like, I'll see you around.
Like
I knew your mom.
Yeah. And at Starbucks, they always like, what's your name? And they write the name on the cup.
Yep.
She's like, order for
Mocker.
Stu
or just Mocker.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Maysher?
Yeah, like mispronounce it. Yeah.
And he walks up, he says, actually it's a Mocker. And she shows that it pans up to Stu. That would even make it sweet. Girl, it's actually Mocker. Oh my gosh, dude, the chill bumps would begin flowing everywhere. Something like that has to happen.
And like Tatum says, do I know you? He's like, I was a friend of your mom's.
Friend of your mom's.
And like walks out.
I'll see you around. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
And what would be great about that, and I said this to Destin, is it would be basically setting Scream up to do what we thought Scream 6 was going to do with Jason Carvey, which is following from basically the killer throughout the movie.
Yes. I love it. I absolutely love it. And then Scream 8, she could be like, hey mom, I forgot to tell you, I ran into somebody who says that they used to know you. She's like,
Mhm.
really? Do you remember who it was? Yeah, it was a Stu Mocker
Mhm.
or something or whatever. Or his last name was Mocker. His last
Mhm.
name was Mocker. Dude, anything. I mean, I'm getting into 8 now, but I'm just saying that would be pretty amazing.
I could see it happening. I could actually see that
Yeah.
happening.
Sydney
Totally.
would
I
book it
could
to the
too.
coffee shop and go check her cameras and everything.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Sydney
Yep.
runs. Yes. She's like, I gotta go. I'll be back. She gets runs down there, rewinds the camera view, and there's Stu. You can even see a shot of him looking at the camera winking.
No,
Well,
I got better than a wink. The air guitar.
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh Lord have mercy.
or
Um,
that shot you got or the shot that you got in the clips here, Steven.
yeah. The whole
Yep.
yeah.
Both fist pump like I'm
Both
back,
fist
Sid.
pump. Yeah, man. I love it. You know,
And think about it. Stu dated Tatum.
oh
That
my
part.
gosh. Bro, you could even say instead of saying, and this is another idea. Instead of saying I knew your mom, he could look at her name tab and says, "Oh, you know, I used to." She says Tatum. Says Tatum, huh? She said, "Yeah, I used to date a girl named Tatum." There you go. Oh my gosh.
Bro.
That's good. That's smart writing. That's some good stuff.
Yes, that right there, my friends. You know what? It just makes you want to get into a heavy metal mood and say, "Can you feel it?" Just like these guys right here. Crank it.
Do you feel that?
Wow! Wow!
That song is
Oh my
a
god.
bittersweet song because when I was 16 years old, I flipped my car on an old country road listening to that song.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to bring back a traumatic memory.
No, it's okay. I mean, I walked away with like a little cut on my
Oh.
arm. That was it. But I will never forget that song because I was speeding down an old winding
Dang.
country road and I flipped my car.
Oh man, that's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that, bro.
My mom and dad was so mad at me.
Mad at you? I bet they were. Hey guys, real quick.
He didn't catch it.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Mad at me? Oh, I
Yeah.
was, yeah. Real quick, guys, I just want to say this. Thank you, Sarah, again for putting the link in. Because I would really appreciate it if you guys want to join my Patreon, become a Patreon Cravenite, a patron Cravenite. And if you're a channel member, join over there and you can become a dual platform Cravenite. And I'm working on stuff to come up with, to put together to give you guys special recognition. But I wanted to mention I did get a new patron tonight. And it is Mr. Ryan C. Showers. My buddy Ryan over at Ryan C. Showers podcast has become a Patreon member today. So thank you, Ryan, for being a member of my Patreon. That's fantastic. And I'm a member of his Patreon as well. So I fully endorse Ryan, and we're friends. And so I appreciate that, Ryan. Another Patreon added in. Patreon Cravenite added to the team. So that's very cool. Sarah's like, woo, yeah, Sarah. That's right. That's pretty cool. Jeff says, loving all of these theories. All good. I love it. Russell says, I'm loving all the theories. I'm glad, guys. I am too. Man.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. And the great thing is it's permanent now. Because even when we're done, it's saved as a replay. So
Yep.
I could literally go back to this stream and remember these theories and, talk about them and do videos about them and just all kinds of fun stuff. So absolutely, man, it's going to be great. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it though. That's awesome. Russell says, are they doing a trilogy 7, 8, and 9? Okay. Destin, I'll let you go first, buddy. Go ahead.
I am not going to be surprised if they do announce soon
Mhm.
after 7 is done that they're going to be doing a 9.
Yeah.
I think that it all depends on how 7 performs, which I think we all assume it's going to be great.
I'm predicting 150. That's my prediction.
And I'm thinking that, especially with the trailer, and they were supposed to reveal Stu in the trailer, is what they said.
Yes, that's right.
I think that once that hits, it's going to be indefinite. Like it's going to make some money. Everybody's going to be wild for it. And I think that based off the numbers of 7, that they're going to be like, all right, we're going to make a 9. Like,
yeah,
maybe the 9th would be the actual one that Tatum takes over.
That could be. That could be. I could see that. Kind of in a way wrapping up Sydney's story fine in 8. But still, she's not dead.
There.
Yeah, she's still going to be there, right? But she takes a much more back role, much more of a supporting role in 9 as Tatum steps really forward. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, dude. I really am. Marcus, do you feel comfortable with Sydney's story finally 80% wrapping up pretty much as far as her ever being the target again?
Yeah, I think 7 and 8 is going to focus on Sydney. That's going to be the 2 movies that we, focus on her and then maybe get her happy ending.
Yep.
And then 9 could be where Tatum takes over. I will say, I think Scream 7 is going to do over 200.
Woo!
I do. And the reason why I say that is because we got to think about it like this. The Five Nights at Freddy's audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to want to come over. They're going to want to come over if they haven't seen Scream yet, especially some of the newer generation. They're definitely going to want to. Yes, they're definitely going to want to come over and watch Matthew in this movie and see how him being a killer again turns out. And just the overall, think about this. Like, not only do we have Nev back, Courtney's back in it, Scott Foley, Matthew, David Arquette. Like, this is a true legacy sequel. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
So I just feel like, especially those who missed Sydney in Scream 6, especially if you're going to bring back Skeet Ulrich, Emma Roberts, just even a thought of having them back, I think that's going to get a ton of people's butts up out the seat and be like, we're going to go see Scream 7 and it's going to be awesome. I'm gunning for 200 million. That's my goal for it.
Ooh, that's a lot for a Scream movie. That's a lot for a Scream movie.
That's huge. That's like, whoa.
In February?
It's never been done.
Hotter than it's ever been. It's hotter right now. It's hotter than it's ever been.
It's crazy. You know what's wild? Like, I understand the timing. I know what you did last summer is coming out in July. I know it's like a 4th of July thing, but the timing of that, they have a better chance at making more money because of the month that they're in.
True.
And like but Scream really doesn't need it. We're showing up for Scream. Scream's gonna get its money. It's like Halloween. You could put Halloween in July.
Right.
We're showing up.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
But you know what? One thing that I'll say, and I'll shut up for a second, is Tatum taking over. Wouldn't it be really cool, because this is a little bit of a time jump with like Chad or Mindy having a kid at this point, having a young kid, and maybe they named him Jamie.
Not together.
I mean, no, not together. Like one or the other. Like one or the other.
Have a kid. I'm like,
no, like one of them has had a kid with somebody at this point.
I know.
And they name him Randy. They they name him after their uncle. So like maybe like moving on, we're moving on to like characters that died, but they were significant to the first Scream movie. Like we got Tatum and Randy.
Right. Yeah, the names are kept alive.
Just kept in that. Yeah,
kept in there. Yeah,
I didn't say it right.
I had to. I knew what you meant. We all knew what you. I just had to say that way when it came out. That's all. No big deal. It's all good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys this question, and we're gonna start looking to wrap up here pretty soon. Do you think Chad and Mindy survive 7? Destin, I'll go with you first.
Both of them?
Yep. And if
I think we're
not,
saying-
which one dies?
I think Mindy dies. Oh, man, I say that, and I'm probably wrong because I know Kevin Williamson is a big fan of Mindy's, so that makes me think that he's going to want to play with that character going further. But if I wanted it, I think the more likable character is Chad. I think we need somebody new. If this is a new trilogy, we let this transition. Mindy's out. We got a new person that tells all the rules.
The rule, the new person, maybe a new character that we meet in 7 becomes that new person.
Right.
Okay. All right. Marcus, do you think they both survive? And if not, who do you think dies?
I'm going to say that one of them survives and the other dies, and I think it will be Mindy. I do think it's going to be Mindy. Even though I know Kevin Williamson likes that character a lot, I also know that Kevin Williamson knows and listens to his audience. And I'm sorry, my thing is you don't do Chad the way you did him in the last 2 films just to kill him off finally in 7.
I know. It
Like,
seems silly almost.
You're right. Mindy, she barely got nicked up, so she's got to go. And not only that, I think it would be very, very anticlimactic if Mindy does die, right? And let's say she gets a phone call from AI Randy. And AI Randy, as Ghostface, it's Ghostface portraying Randy, gives the rules for Scream 7.
Oh.
And then in the process, after this is over, bye-bye Mindy.
Bro, oh my gosh. My head is literally about to freaking explode. Could you hang on a second. All right.
Time out. All right.
Time out. We're shutting everything down. Time out.
Steven wasn't ready for us, bud.
I tell you what, I was not. I was clearly not ready for this. No, what I was thinking when you said, Marcus, and I'm going to reframe it in my own words. If we get a call or an AI or whatever we get, if we get communication from Ghostface in the movie, and Ghostface is giving the rules to the characters, that is insane, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it will show us that whoever this killer is, they are savvy. They are plugged in. They know what's going on, and I love it. I absolutely love this idea that we get Ghostface given the rules. That it'd be,
but as Randy.
As Randy. Yeah, as Randy. And I think you know what? Honestly, I'm okay if it's I am okay if it's Ghostface in costume.
That would be different.
That would be different.
You're talking to the killer. You're listening to the killer. And they're telling you the rules to survive. And of course, they're all macabre, just stuff that's not going to you're not going to survive. It's all a game. Destin, did that spark an idea?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that, if Ghostface calls Mindy and Mindy thinks she's smarter than Ghostface and she's trying to say the rules and all that, and she's wrong about what the rules are, depending on what it is. And Ghostface comes in and it's like, rule number 1, and he's like slashing, like he'll give the answer. Rule number 2, and stabs her again. And then rule number 3, like the final blow is like, whatever. Like I could just see it like playing out like something like that would be freaking awesome. If Ghostface did something like that.
What if the first thing he says, you see Mindy there as Ghostface is getting ready to kill her on the video. What if he says, first rule to surviving it is knowing what the rules are, unlike Mindy.
Yeah.
Or something like
she's
that.
crawling down the hallway or something, like trying to get away, and he's just doing one blow after the other.
Exactly. And he's killing the rule maker. And dude, Marcus, I know you got to say. I know you have something you want to say. So, man,
Hey, all I'm saying is that, in my opinion, if this were to go about this way, it would have to be Stu. Because remember, I mean, Stu knows the rules too. Now you got to die. Those are the rules. You know, like, so I think we're on to something, guys. I think we are.
That would be cool if Ghostface does say that before his final blow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now you got to die. Those are the rules. Bong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. This is great. Love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. I guess for me, and I think Mindy dies as well. I think only Chad will survive. Yeah. I think we're all on the same page in this case. And he will go on. And now whether he's an 8 or not, I don't know. He may just say goodbye at the end of 7 and go off to some whatever, that may be the end of him. Not in terms of dying, but just in the movie. Or who knows, man? I've heard rumors, again, it's just people theorizing that he could be Gail's cameraman. I mean, I don't know about that, but I mean, I guess put it this way, they have the choice if they want to bring him on, because Chad is a likable character. After 6, I really like Chad. And
yeah.
So I'm totally cool.
And Hard Eyes.
Hard Eyes, he was great. Yeah, man. He's just a likable, charismatic guy. You can just, you just want to like him. So that would be really interesting to see. And I have another question here. Again, we're going to start wrapping this up for sure now. I think this will be a quick one. We haven't heard anything, no announcements, no rumors or anything. Do you guys think Kirby's back, or do you think we're done with Kirby Reed for a while? What do you think, Destiny? Go ahead.
I don't think that she's going to be sticking around long. I think that if she is, she's going to have more of a cameo stay.
Okay.
I think that, like, if let's just say Stu Macher for a minute, Sydney and Gail go trying to figure out what's going on, and Kirby has that information that Stu Macher's been alive all this time, and that she's just that person that plugs in that, and she's like, yeah, it was top secret, whatever, you weren't supposed to know, and that's her play, just to show that she's still within the universe, or she could be the rule maker again. Mindy could be out and Kirby slides in. With them, okay, so here's the thing: is like they've already given away a lot of surprises, right? Roman, Dewey,
Matthew Lillard. Yeah.
What else do they have in store? They're holding back. They gotta hold. That can't be your cards. That can't be your cards.
You can't play them all
not
out
now.
Yeah.
Right. So there's got to be a lot.
I love the idea. What I think we could do is I'm basically going to copy what you said, but you could even have Kirby on a phone call. And I think if she knew Stu was alive, she would have revealed that in 6. So what I think it is she finds out somehow that's new information, and she calls Sydney, and you see her like in her office in the FBI, in her cubicle or whatever, her office, and she's like, "Hey, I have some very disturbing news that I had to call you. I want to let you know we just discovered Stu Macher is still alive." And something just like that, that's all you need to do for Kirby. She doesn't need to be in any more scenes, but it shows that she's still with the FBI. She's still in the universe.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to say, because like I do like that idea. What if like the AI stuff is coming about, right? And they're just like, they give a phone, or they tell Kirby like, "Hey, look into this. We don't know who this is. And then we don't see Kirby for a long time until that phone call being like, hey, this traced back to a Stu Mocker and this, all that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, Marcus, we've laid out some stuff on the buffet. What do you consume of it, my friend? What do you think?
I think it's possible Kirby could come back and be a cameo. I know I heard something that she followed Kevin Williamson on Instagram or something like that, or whatnot. I could see it being a cameo. I don't know what that would be. I mean, I agree that could be something like that, to where she calls Sydney and says, hey, Stu is alive or something like that. But man, I mean, that's even if she is with the FBI. We don't know if Bailey was lying or telling the truth at the end of 6,
He could have been telling the truth.
About her basically being fired from the FBI for being mentally unstable.
That could have been actual truth. You're right. We don't know.
Man. See, I'm going to have to save it for my video because I have a dark horse Kirby theory. But I will say that I do think if she is going to be in 7, it's going to be a cameo that either leads into 8, or it's going to be the type of cameo that sets up this rumored spinoff that she's supposed to be doing.
Right.
Something like that.
Maybe, like maybe like after getting off the phone with Sydney or Gail, and the camera kind of pans down to like some case files of her on a different case of like the Ghostface cult, but down in Atlanta or wherever she's at.
Right.
And it just leave it like that. Like
just leave it like that.
Else. Yeah.
Hey, super quick, guys. I want to say goodnight to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, for being so awesome tonight. Posting the links up for the guys' channels and everything else you've done with the Patreon. Just thank you so much for all you did tonight. I know it's super late for you. I know you sit here almost midnight. So you sleep well, my friend. Thank you so much. And I will see you very soon. Good night, Sarah. Everybody wish Sarah a good night's sleep. She's done an amazing job tonight.
Have a good night, Sarah. Thank you for looking out for the cookout and being here with us.
Yes. It's always wonderful. I appreciate that. Film Gamer X says, with all this screen talk, I'm going to start a rewatch right after the stream. There you go.
There you go.
You almost need to. We have covered so many theories. I was telling y'all earlier, I'm going to go back and rewatch it. Like, it's because there's so much good information we've been sharing, and you almost can't take it in one viewing. It's too much. It's like this is too much for one sitting. You got to watch it again. But guys, we are going to wrap up. Listen, guys, everyone in the chat, thank you. We extended the stream out, and I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. But listen, I want you to subscribe to my friends, Destination Station, and of course, I Shot Him 6 Times, Marcus's channel. You see how great guys they are. They're awesome people, great guys, good friends, and they are amazing content creators as well. So please go and subscribe to their channels. I know the links are in the chat. So please go and do that. So we support the community here. We support each other. And I would never send you somewhere where you wouldn't get value for your time. And I promise you'll love what they're doing on their channels. And Marcus, you got something coming up after this stream ends, right? You want to plug that?
Yes. Me and Destin are going to go live. If you're not too tired yet, buddy, I know you probably got work in the morning. All right. Sounds good. We are going to be doing a Misery live watch, and this is going to be Destin's first time watching. So if you do end up attending, please no spoilers. But we're doing a Misery first time watch in preparation for the new Jenna Ortega and the Weekend movie, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and stuff. So that's going to be a blast because I cannot wait to catch up on some Misery because I love me some Kathy Bates.
Oh, she's amazing, isn't she? Oh my gosh,
yes.
Dude. I've been watching her on the new series Matlock.
I heard that's good.
So good.
Dude, she's killing it, dude. She's fantastic. I mean, she's so diverse.
She's from Mississippi too.
Hey,
where I'm from.
See?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up with Matlock because I like the original Matlock with Andy Griffin.
Oh, me too. Me too. And what's cool about this is it's similar but different. And what I liked about this one, I'm not going to spoil anything because it's not huge, but they actually have the original Matlock in the universe of the show, and they paid respect
Oh,
to the original Matlock, and it's really cool. In fact,
what's
she
it
even
streaming
makes
on?
it's on Prime. It's on Prime for free.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, Amazon.
awesome.
I mean, I'm not Prime. Yeah, Prime. Paramount Plus. So I'm trying to say
Paramount Plus, yeah. I
Paramount
get them
Plus.
two
Yeah,
mixed up.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
like blue and gray. They look the same.
exactly. I'm like, wait a minute, let me define that clearly. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's all the episodes of season 1 are on there. I'm on like episode 14 or 15, and she even says now, and she'll say something like, oh no, I'm not the Matlock from the TV show. I'm not that him. It's so cool that they acknowledged Matlock and respected him, and it made me appreciate the show right off the bat that they did that. And
now I want to
that
watch it even more.
oh yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Is it like a big mystery, like a whodunit like type
It's
thing?
not a whodunit at all. That's one thing that's a little bit different.
Okay.
It's more really courtroom drama is what I would describe
Okay.
it as.
I like that. I like that.
But and I'm not going to spoil anything. But what's cool about this one versus the original is this one kind of what new shows do. It has a underlying storyline that's going on the entire time.
Oh,
Yeah, there's that's all I'm going to say. You need to, but while she's doing the Matlock stuff in court, defending whatever she's doing as a lawyer, there's a whole other undercurrent story going on that nobody else knows about but her. It's interesting. So you got to check.
okay.
I'm telling you, it's really good.
I'm starting
I
it
like
tomorrow. I'm starting.
Yeah,
it tomorrow.
man, I highly recommend it, guys. And so and it just shows the diversity of her acting too. Just
Yeah.
so good. You think of Misery, and then you think of what Matt. It's like, wow, this woman's talented, bro.
She really is, man. Like she was in Titanic. She was in.
Mhm.
She even got comedic chops. Fried green tomatoes. I was trying to
yeah.
tell. I was
Yeah.
trying to tell Marcus that the other night. He was like, "What is that?" Like, I'm like, "Man, that movie was like great."
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, well, her resume is quite impressive. That's for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So hey, listen, I'm going to since my mods are. I think Julie's gone. All right, I think my mods all had to go. So that's good. Again, we weren't planning on streaming this late, and I'm glad we did it. I really am.
Me too.
But having said that, I'm going to get the link for Marcus's channel real quick so that I can
I
post
appreciate that, buddy.
Absolutely, man, because everyone's going to go watch. Hopefully, they can all go watch the watch party after we end. And
yeah, no spoilers because it is my first time watch. Yeah,
no spoilers, guys, in the chat here or obviously on Marcus's channel. 1 second here. Let me pull it up.
And I see that if I can say something, I see Drew said, I had no idea you were from Mississippi, Destin. I lived there too. I grew up there. I moved to Texas, Dallas, Texas, about 3 years ago. But yeah, I used to live North Mississippi, like South Haven, almost Memphis, like right on the state line.
Nice. Small. It's always a small world, man.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another one. That's another. If y'all have never seen, someone put it in here a couple times. Angus. Kathy Bates played the mother of Angus.
Okay.
George C. Scott was the grandfather, but it's a movie about bully. It's like a 90s. It's got Green Day music.
Really?
James Vanderbeek is like the football jock that's kind of a bully. That movie is such a heartwarming movie. Like, and she played the mother. If you have not seen Angus, it is a must. It doesn't get talked about enough.
I've never even heard of it, dude. Wow, what a cast.
Because Angus was like this heavier set kid that got picked on. His grandfather lived with them, and so he tried to help him out. And it's a high school movie.
It's a high school kid, like coming of age kind of movie. Yeah.
But it's better well made than most high school movies.
Katie says it's a great movie. Yeah.
I actually own it. We might have to do a watch party, and that's not even horror.
Right. Oh man. Slackwolf says,
hey,
I love
bro.
Angus so much. Hey.
Remember, your channel's called Destination Station. So I mean,
That's right, buddy. You have the
anything.
liberty.
I can
Yeah.
kind of dabble.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, man. I mean, my tagline's all horror all the time. You know what you're going to get here, whether it's a watch party or else. But, your channel is different. Yeah, of course, you do tons of Scream and stuff. It's great. But you're not committed to any genre per se.
Yeah.
So, which is not, gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
All right. So, Marcus, real quick, buddy, I'm putting your link up here. It's in the chat. For both y'all's links are in the chat. You're welcome, man. No, absolutely. So, everyone, please go subscribe to Marcus. Let's get him some more subs. Not that he's not asking for them. I'm the one saying, let's go and support him. Let's get his subs up even higher and get ready for his watch party. And the same for Destin, guys. Destin, you guys have had a front row seat for 3+ hours with these two guys, and Destin's a great guy. So is Marcus. They are content creators worthy of your sub because they're authentic and they're real people. They're not phony, fake people who are gonna all of a sudden, once they get to a certain amount of subs, I gotta be careful. Once they get to a certain amount of subs, they leave and you never hear from them again. And you realize you were just being used to get their channel views. Yeah. I'm just saying it happens. Trust me.
Yeah,
it does happen. I mean, I could be AI. You might. I might not be real right now. I could be ghost-based right now. You don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. But if you want to find out, go subscribe to Destin's channel right there. All right, guys, this has been an amazing night, and I want to thank all of you. Paul is asking where to stream Misery. I do you know, Marcus, where you guys streaming that from?
Give me one. See, I actually have it on DVD, and I actually have it on yes, one of my streaming platforms because I have a plethora of them.
Okay.
I
had a hard time finding it whenever we did Bloody Valentine's Fest. I had Misery slated, but I had a hard time finding it. Maybe it's changed.
It's on YouTube. You do got to pay for it. Amazon Prime, Fandango at home, Google Play, Roku if you have Roku, Apple TV, Shudder as well, ad free and uncut.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, Tubi as well. Tubi as well.
Oh, if it's on Tubi, that's good. It's because it's free.
You got ads though, so they're not going to be synced up, but that's okay.
That's true.
That's all right. Sometimes you got to get, you got to go with the free route. And
you got to do what you got to do.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, guys. Well, listen, this has been an amazing stream. I have had such a good time. And I seriously am going to go back and watch the replay. I'm not even joking because some of these theories I want to put, at least 2 of them I'm going to do videos on now. And they're just too good not to. And so I appreciate you both being here tonight. I hope you guys had fun.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for the invite.
Like I said before, this was long overdue. And hopefully we don't be this far apart too much longer. You know what I mean? Like we got to get back doing this more consistently. Missed it so much.
I've missed it too. And I promise you from my side, from as far as speaking for just myself, I'm not going to make it. There's no way I'm going to wait this long. We're going to do this soon again.
Yes.
It's just too much fun. And I look forward to it, man. I'm thinking of June. We got to get you guys. I got to need you guys back next month. What do you guys say? You up for coming back in June?
Hey, I'm down for it. And of course, got to get you back on my channel as well.
Heck yeah, bro. You let me know. I'd love to join you. Absolutely. Anytime, man. Anytime. As long as it works with what's going on with me over here and schedule wise, we'll make it work. I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And same for you, Destin. If you ever want me to come on, I'm giving you an open invitation. You just let me know. I'll be there, and we'll rock and roll on your channel too. So anytime.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds great. I used to love like when we first started and we had like a whole. I mean, it was like the Brady Bunch.
It was like
people. It's like that Brady Bunch where you got so many screens and we're just all like goofing off. Like that was that was the bread and butter.
It was amazing. Now, see, if we know ahead of time we're going to go 3 hours, we could do that. I mean, we look at us doing 3 hours, and just 3 of us was like, it was a breeze. It flew by.
Yeah.
And if we add another 4 people, oh my gosh, it's going to be insane. But it
Yeah.
would be awesome
yeah.
too, because more people thinking. We're all pitching ideas and theories. Like, yeah, we should do one of those colossal live streams, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Just load up,
Yep.
and let her
Make
go.
it an event. Like,
Yeah, plan way ahead. Yes.
Yeah.
Make it an
Heck
event.
yeah.
I like that. Yeah, make it an event.
Yes. I'm with
Do
it.
some
Just
stuff.
let me know.
Play a game too here and there. Just make it a party stream. And,
Yeah.
Just no shots.
Oh,
no shots for
you.
super chat.
No shots.
No shots for super chats.
Destin, I think, has thrown away every shot glass in his house. I think they are gone. They don't exist. They were in the trash years ago now.
Y'all messed me up.
I know we really did. I felt bad. Stella says, "Thanks for the stream, gentlemen." You're very welcome, Stella.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, Stella.
Russell, thanks for the stream. You're welcome as well. Love the conversation. I love the conversation too. It was great. Mysterious Rabbit has a suggestion. We should rank the Final Destination kills for a stream when 6 comes to DVD or something, or streaming. He will actually, yeah, I know it's yeah. Look, it doesn't come out till July. No. That's a No What You Did Last Summer. You're right.
This comes out next week.
Yeah, it comes out next week. Yeah, right. Never mind. Well, we could do it.
No, this week. No, it does come out this week.
It's this week.
I go. Yeah, I already got my tickets. I got Hurry Up Tomorrow Wednesday, and then I got Final Destination Bloodlines Thursday, and I'll have right out of the theater reviews on.
That would have been fun to do before this weekend. Like rank all the kills through 5 and then leading up to 6. But hey,
me and Marcus, we've been doing the Final Destination. We've been watching one every night.
Yes,
and Steven, I will say I'm right there with you. 5 crept up to number 1 for me.
Did it? I was gonna say 5.
Yes.
That's the one, dude. I'm telling you.
Yes, that was so good.
It's so good. And I'm not gonna ruin it, but the ending to me is absolutely brilliant and perfect. Yes.
Yeah, it is pretty.
How could you top? I mean, we're gonna be careful. We're not spoiling. How could you top it? There's no way that you could top that ending the way that movie
I'm going to
goes.
send you the screenshots from my reaction, Steven.
Do it, please.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I'm going to send you the screenshots from my reaction.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going to get on out of here. Otherwise, we're going to be going another hour. Easily.
Yeah,
And the thing is,
yeah.
we got over 40 people still watching even now, which is incredible. It's hard to end a stream with that many people still here, but unfortunately, sometimes you just have to do it. You got to call it. So on that note, subscribe to Destin, subscribe to Marcus. I'll shut up 6 times. And hey, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, well, hey, smash that button before you leave. Because if you liked what you saw tonight, that's what I do here. This is it, man. Destin pinned me a great nickname that I've held on to ever since Destin created it for me out of the blue. Destin, I'll let you share what you feel I am or who you feel I am.
You are none other than the Godfather of Woodsboro. And that's all what you brought us all together. All roads lead to Woodsboro, and you're the Godfather.
Dude, thank you, bro. Fist bumping virtual. Boom. There it is. Yeah, man. And Marcus, get on this.
I feel like we're Power Rangers. Go ahead. Sync up.
Marcus, sync it up. Yeah, that's awesome. Love it, dude. All right, guys. I'll see you backstage in just a second. And
yes, sir.
For everyone in the channel, you guys are amazing too. Thank you for all your super chat support. I much appreciate it. Really helps the channel out, guys. And I love you all. I'll be back on Wednesday night. This coming Wednesday, I'm streaming again. And what I'll be streaming about on this Wednesday, which is unusual kind of for me, but I'm going to be streaming on ranking, the horror movie remakes, a tier ranking. We're going to look at about 30 or so of the horror remakes that have come out, and we're going to rank what level we think those movies are on.
That's gonna be. I'll be there,
dude. You know, I'm so glad you'll be there. In fact, don't be surprised. And I hate to say it publicly because I hate to leak information, but don't be surprised if I reach out to you guys. And who knows, you know, what's going on, what we're doing. You guys are doing Wednesday, but you never know. I mean, maybe you'll be back sooner than we think. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe.
Just let me know.
Not. Yeah, man. Because I definitely want to bring some friends along to rank these movies. I don't want to do it myself. So just myself.
It's a good one.
So, you know what? When I ask you guys, what I love is you always say it. Marcus, you said earlier, I'll be there. You said it just now. Destin, you've said it before. You say, I'll be there. So honestly, man, I know if I ask you guys if your schedule's free, I know what you're going to immediately tell me. You're going to say it. You're going to sing it even.
Yeah.
I have not seen this in like 2 years.
I had to play it tonight. Yeah. Dude. Oh, there you go. There you go. The thing pad's bigger than his hand, and he's like trying to tap his cheeks.
Dang, that thing had some fuzz on it. Almost went up my nose.
Was brilliant.
Oh man!
I mean, I could not end the stream. I had to put it. I had to, and that was a perfect setup. I said, "This is the time. I have to do it." Russell says, I agree. I'm the Godfather. Well, thank you, Russell. I appreciate that. Seriously, man. It's fun. It's a fun title, and it's Ellen fun, but I really do appreciate that. I wear it proudly. Godfather Woodsboro. I wear it proudly, my friends. But all right, for real though, this time. See you guys on Wednesday night, ranking tier rankings for the horror movie remakes. And go check out Marcus's channel when this stream ends, because you're going to be watching Misery, and it's a really Destin. It's very good, my friend. That's all I'm going to say.
I hear.
All right, buddy.
To it. I'll be there.
See y'all. Oh! Don't tempt me. All right, not once. Once. All right, guys. See you backstage. Everybody else. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. See you soon.